I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
In 5.
Come on!
No.
Monkey, why? Why are you eating my ass?
Look at the baby. Babe. Oh my god. I'm crying. Why is she going? I gotta pee.
Wash your fucking head like a Greek. Don't make me have to do this, please. Don't make me be a bad guy. Come on. Fuck me, you motherfucker!
When I started his channel, all I needed was a laugh. Years gone by and say we kicked some man. When I be raging on stage, adrenaline rushing through my veins, and I'd say we're still kicking now. Said ooh, I kicked some home, it never stops to say we did all this through.
I'll fucking do it again.
That little video game clip where the rabbit was eating out the bear's butt or whatever it was.
That will be eating of the ass.
He was eating out his teddy bear's butt the other day. It was so funny. I'm going, what the hell are you eating that bear's ass? It reminds me
Every time it gets. Oh no, Winnie the Pooh. He's eating Winnie's poo.
It was eating Winnie the Pooh's butt.
There's honey up in there.
There will be honey.
Oh my god, I thought that was so funny. And I sitting
And he was like, I'll do the guilt. He was like that.
He can't stop. He can't stop himself. It's awful. He does it all the time. If he gets
Okay,
that
well,
bear, that's what he's
well,
gonna
you
do
know,
with it.
I have a good many topics, but I like to just let the normal organic chat flow. I mean, covering topics can be kind of dull. I like to do a little bit of both, but I like to have the topics free flowing. I think that's a better experience for everybody.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
these two on bottom, which I don't know at this point if they're regulars, if they're guests. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever, these two on the bottom, they're not feeling their best right now. So that's understandable. Everybody knows how that is.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. It's better now. It's
Are you sure?
Yeah, there will be no more pukies.
I'm just teasing Lilith.
It's
But
fun.
yeah,
Yeah, I've just had a bit of a cold flu kind of thing, but I'll be all right. If I can do this at work, I can do this.
oh God,
Hey,
no.
hey, look, Ron, he got the Rona.
Oh, no.
Hi, Sharuda.
It's all right. I don't think you can catch it like this.
Well, see, that's what a lot of black people call it. They call it, you got the Rona.
Okay.
When I had the coronavirus, I went to urgent care, and the doctor
You actually had it?
and the doctor came in and she said, "You got the Rona." I'm going, "What? I got what?"
It's kind of it's kind of a ghetto way to say it, right? But this is a poor area with a lot of ghetto type people.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, I've got what?
I've actually had it twice.
Me
but
too.
when I get it, it just makes me sleep.
That's so
Like,
weird. I
basically
never
can't
had
wake
it
up.
once. Like for real. I never had it.
That's
I
because
mean, maybe I had it and didn't notice, but
Yeah, fuck with the shape that you're in. You how would you know?
Hi, Byron.
Hey, Byron.
Hey Byron.
But yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
Byron, yeah. There's a few people that's already dropped by. We got the Midnight Ladybug and Byron, of course, and let's see, Valkyria, him and his Fuda. I mean, I don't even want to. Yeah,
it will be food.
but yeah, I mean, when I had it the first time, it was horrible, and when I had it the second time, it was worse. Oh, it was worse.
for the most part, it's like a heavy flu.
Yeah, like a real bad flu.
Here's the thing. My cousin had it, and he told me that after it was gone, his sense of smell got really impaired. I mean, he still can smell stuff, but he says it is not the same anymore.
It's muted. Like you can't smell as good as you did before you had the coronavirus.
I heard this many times.
Have you tried soap?
No, that's not me. My cousin told me that. I never had this shit. Seriously. I mean,
You never had soap?
taking
Try
the taking the ass fuck jab that here in Austria we needed to take. Yeah, it wasn't optional like in the USA. We needed to take that shit.
Oh, it
because
wasn't so optional here.
Yeah,
They would
but
block
Yeah,
you.
that's true.
Yeah, they'd block you from everything if you didn't get it, and they called it optional.
Yeah,
it
was
same
kind of
here.
like that over
Yeah,
here.
you
Like,
had to get
it
it.
wasn't mandated, but it was coerced. So
Yeah.
you couldn't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
You
or
didn't
do
have a
anything unless you
chance
smelled it.
in hell because if you wanted to work or go to an appointment to the employment fucking kind of deal thingy, you couldn't enter the building without the paperwork of you having a jab. So it was mandatory. It was forced on the populace. And the funny
Hey,
thing,
we have a new one here.
Whoa.
Valkyria.
Hey, Valkyria.
hi
You're right.
Val.
God damn it.
Hello, hang on. I gotta fix up my goddamn audio.
No, it's fine enough. What? Oh, I didn't need to fix it. Well,
Right.
here's the thing about the jab. I had an immune system like my mother would call it like a horse because I never got sick at shit. And since the jab, I regularly do have skin issues and other new stuff I never had before. So I know that my immune system is weakened.
Well, you know,
because
more and
of
more
that.
documents are coming out going, "Oh, we lied. This vaccine does fuck you up. Oops."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. This is why it was all about control. I went to Spain in early 2021, and you had to have like vaccine passports to get into the country, but you didn't actually end up showing them. Like like these security guards walked up and down the queue and like, has everyone got their vaccine passports? Has everyone got their vaccine passports? And like everyone was like, yeah, and then they just opened the doors and let us in without looking at them.
That's weird.
I'm not joking.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah, I believe you. I
This
believe
was
you.
early May 2021.
I
Wow.
do believe you.
They
Definitely.
just
what's
didn't want to
funny
fuck
is
with the paperwork.
I'm
Yeah.
old enough to remember when you never
you
got
could have just said
carded
yeah.
for anything. You know, when nobody ever got carded for anything. So when it really started to take on that you was getting carded for things, people would be like, "Proof? I'm right here. What more proof do you need?" You know, it was a weird thing. Kind of like when they started enforcing you to wear a seatbelt, and nobody wore seatbelts. It was the most uncomfortable thing in the world to put that seatbelt on.
I remember the world's
I
best
do
seatbelt.
put it on.
Your mom's
because
arm,
of
like
job.
this, holding you in the car while she drives like crazy trying to find a yard sale. That
I
was
don't think my parents much cared. Just hit the windshield, bounce back off, you'll be okay.
Oh, you'll be all right. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I actually always put on the seatbelt because I don't trust the people driving the cars because they drive like maniacs.
But the people in my family got heads so hard it's fucking retarded.
Oh yeah.
That was the other thing about lockdowns, though. When they lifted and everyone was coming out again, the way people's driving had tailed off, it was like nobody knew how to drive anymore. And weirdly enough, 5 years later, it's still like that.
So from
It
Byron
never
here,
did in the first
he
place.
says, I looked out working at a Native American casino, if I can talk. My employers were like, nah, if you want to come in and work, come in and work. We're not stopping willing workers.
Huh.
Well,
I'm
in general,
curious.
not always, not in all cases, but in general, Native Americans are more down to earth thinkers. In general,
I would assume
I'm curious, Byron. What did you do at the casino? Was you a blackjack dealer or something?
so.
Hold on.
Ooh,
I'm just curious. But yeah, I
blackjack
mean,
dealer is cool.
yeah, Lilith,
Here's
if
the
if
thing.
I was driving and you was in the car with me, you would never get in the car with me ever again, especially if some good music I like comes on the radio. I can't help it. It's like
no,
I'm
no,
just
look,
going.
look, I'm a better driver than you are, but if I get behind the wheel, you're screaming and crawling out the fucking window.
That's because you drive faster than I do, and that's a lot.
Yeah, no, I will not have that experience. If people drive like maniacs, I get really scared for my life, and then my instincts kick in, and I will pull out a blade and make you stop the car so I can get out. hmm That happened in real life 2 times. I was just like, you stop the car now, or I fucking kill us both, and got out of it. This death box because you cannot
For
drive
the
like that.
people I knew, they'd be like, "Kill us both. I can do it. I'll do it."
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have,
like I
I would
got
have
nowhere to be.
fucked up with you guys.
No. Phoenix knows this. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, going down the road like 120 miles an hour, and the guy's like has like 5 vapes in one hand, a bottle of whiskey in the other.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That over here.
In my time, I've not known very sane people. I mean, I'm probably the sanest amongst them, and that should tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fucking awesome. But here's the thing. People often underestimate dying in your fucking car is real. Like for real, for real. I mean, it's more deadly than taking drugs. It's more deadly than gunshots. It's more deadly than flying. It's more deadly than getting on a boat or a train. Whatever you have, so many people die in their cars. Like
I
for
don't
real,
know.
for real. It is a
Really,
real
I've never
danger.
heard of this phenomenon before. Are
Yeah,
you
of course
serious?
not.
People
Of course
die
not.
in cars? You're
Yeah,
telling in
yeah,
cars?
I'm so stupid at bringing it up, but here's the thing: when I'm getting into a car, I'm trusting the driver to do a good job and not kill me. And if they cannot or give me any sign of they're driving like maniacs, I want out. I want out. I will go on foot. Fuck you.
So what
Fuck
you're
you.
saying is that an accident, not the car actually like killing you, because
Oh,
you make it as if you sound as if the car's like eating you when you get in there. The
you
car's like,
know.
I've got a new victim. Yum 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 yum.
You're making fun of me English again. Of
Well,
course
here's
it's
the
an
thing,
accident.
Lilith. My grandmother, like she was my great grandmother, she was blind as a bat. And she was all right until she ran out of snuff. And when she ran out of snuff, come hell or high water, she was getting to the store. It didn't matter how she was getting there. She was getting there. And the only way to get there was the car at her house. My mother drove her everywhere, but when my mother wasn't there, she drove herself. And guess what I learned? That's adventure riding. You hang on and put your head out the window so you can see where we're going because she's so short she couldn't see over the steering wheel. It
Oh
was
my
the
word.
stereotypical little old lady driving like this.
How about
So she was blind anyway, and she couldn't see over the steering wheel.
when my uncle, he's locked up right now, but sometimes he would show up and you would hear him like a mile coming down the road because the cars fucked the hell on back. It'd show up and you're going, how the fuck is that thing still going on the road and it's going like this and it's flattened like a pancake? And he'd get there and be like, yep, I just flipped it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Didn't
here's
matter.
the scary thing. I was actually in the car in an accident, and it was a little one. It was just someone cut in line and then just stopped. So there was a push in the back. Here's the thing. We weren't that fast. I was driving with a friend of mine, but even this little accident almost broke both of my shin bones.
Yeesh.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I know the force involved in accidents. I
Yeah,
felt
talking
it.
about my uncle. That's how he lost some of his fingers, was in a car wreck.
Yeah.
Oh, losing fingers
well,
is shit.
No,
need
it
to-
was a different uncle that lost them by a lawnmower. Here's the thing: lawnmower was not going, but it was malfunctioning, right? So, I guess it was a gas flow problem that started up on its own.
But actually, I think his girlfriend turned it on by accident.
Oh fuck!
That's
Yeah.
nasty.
Well, that uncle died recently, unfortunately. I mean, damn, so many people's out of a drug dealer now.
Oh, not
Yeah.
by a car accident.
No, but anyway.
It's fine. I think he was
How have you
lucky.
been, Valkyria?
Shit for the week. Still. No, just I don't know, really bad fucking cough, and it's just fucked up my throat at the moment as well. So
Oh, it's going around.
Okay, so Rhoda,
Yeah,
you've been
yeah, we're
over
the
at
bad
Valkyria's
coffee
place. Is that what's been happening here?
no, Mikey came over and we had some fun instead. and this is what happens.
Oh, so now it's all making some
Well,
sense.
maybe you can
Oh,
tell us
your
why
pee
his
will
feet
burn.
burns.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us.
I don't know. He might need to clean it a bit more, but you know, whatever. He's sick.
Well,
He's sick
see,
as well, so I guess we both got it or got something.
what do they call it when they put something in the hole and make the hole bigger? I think it's like sounding or something.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? He's like, yeah, it's sounding. Yeah.
Hey, you're the one that told me about it.
Yeah, but fuck, it's not like it's one of those weird things. Like, why the fuck would anybody do that? So I tell people about it, right? But I don't remember the details, and I'm kind of concerned for those who do.
Oh, so
Well-
Phoenix, now it's all starting to make some sense.
Well, it's
one
probably
detail.
understandable. So does that mean you get like those butt plugs as well, and like pushing them in to make it a bit bigger?
Ooh, there is a butt plug that is actually really sexy. It's the one that looks like foxtail.
Don't say a dog's thingy bob.
Yeah. So now you're gonna see people walk around with foxtails, going, "How are they holding that in the front?"
Well, actually, that's easy to explain as well because you know there's little cages that go over the guy's thingy bob. That's probably one reason how to do
Of
it.
course, he would know.
Sorry, noise.
I don't need this information. I don't need this information. I tell you, I have had more education since I've been on the show.
Well, anyway,
Since I had noise.
I would say it's an extra low viewership day, which we have those every now and then. But really, I've been putting less and less energy into this. I'm like, okay, I'll throw together another show, I mean, kind of like everybody knows, I took a step back away from everything, and now I'm not putting as much energy into it, but I don't know. I suppose that will come and go. Maybe it'll build back up, whatever the case. As long as we can hang out and have some laughs, it's good.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm mostly here for. I did send out to all peoples.
Okay, but Lilith,
Maybe
tell
it's
you
me.
something. I have to tell you something, Lilith. You have to stop spreading your germs all over the world because you're making everybody sick. Rhoda's sick.
Yeah.
Valkyria's
Yeah, who
sick.
the fuck else is gonna pop on the show and be sick? That's in a different part of the world is gonna be like, oh fuck, Lilith got to him.
It's Lilith.
Yeah. I'm the horseman of pestilence. of
So
course.
does that mean Lilith follows Nurgle? I didn't know that. Damn.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
Lilith.
so if you happen to be watching on Rumble, hit that repost button. Also, say something in chat at least once because there's a metric I'm supposed to meet for the Rumble Creators Program, and that's one I usually have trouble with because people want to get on there and not say anything, which I understand that. I do, but you can help me out with a metric and then just say something at least once on there. It helps us out.
Is it
Yeah.
helpful when I post stuff?
No, you make everything sick. That's all you do. I mean, you get on there and the chat's like, oh fuck, I'm sick now. Why'd you do it?
Yeah, you got the lurgy.
I need to start mailing everybody some antibiotics or something.
Technically, that's illegal.
I know, but I got to do something. Everybody.
Well, I was friends with a bunch of Serbians a long time ago, right? And I was telling
I
them
know
how,
Serbians.
I was telling them how hard it was to get medicine in the U.S. and how expensive it was. So they were like, "Hey, we can get it easy. We'll mail it to you." I'm like, "No, don't. You're gonna get busted hard if you do that."
Oh yeah, they were gonna
That's
mail
so true.
medicine.
That's so true. I mean, it can work, but you're taking a big risk here.
Okay, on a Rumble Creators Program, they did make a recent change, and that is you don't have to do ad reads unless you just want to now. but instead you have to raid somebody 5 times a month. But the metric I always have trouble with is you have to have 20 unique chatters, so 20 different people in a month's time to say something, at least one time in the month. And oddly, that's the metric I have a hard time reaching. Oddly, I mean, more people tend to come to YouTube than Rumble, obviously. Also, you get people who would sit there and not say anything, which, like I said, I understand, but it just helps the metric. So yeah, the only recent change was you don't have to do ad reads. No, you got to do raids.
Well,
No,
the
but that
thing
will
is,
be
the
great.
thing I'm wondering about that is, could you do the ad reads instead of having the unique
No,
chatter metric, or
no. There's a few different metrics. That's just one amongst them. One is like 200 watch hours and so many hours streamed from Rumble Studio, which Rumble Studio is not great.
Well, I mean,
like,
with all this that's going on with YouTube here lately, it looks like more people would go to Rumble for that reason.
Yeah, there will be maybe a Rumble revolution because
Well,
now
people-
the AI fucking bans people permanently on
Okay,
YouTube.
the mass majority of people, they don't run their own channels and they really don't care. It's like, oh, that one's gone, I didn't even notice. And they are creatures of habit. They're creatures of comfort. If it comes on their phone, or if all their friends are using it and they'll put it on their computer, or whatever the case may be, it's what they hear of and what their device comes with. That's what they're going to stick with. So it's really about monopolies more than anything else.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
that's
proof
true.
to that. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Rumble, but I think one of the ways to get around Rumble Studio being a bit dodgy was to use a different program to actually make your show and output it as a virtual camera.
Huh.
There are ways around it.
Clever.
There are ways around it, but they're kind of sketchy. Like if you can't like do it too much ahead of time, or it won't show right. It won't broadcast right, and it's kind of sketchy. But yeah, there are ways around it. Like I said, it's monopolies, but it's not just monopolies. It's people being so used to ease of use, comfort, what's immediately available, and immediate gratification. And part of immediate gratification is using what they hear their friends and family use.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's the same thing with Windows and Linux, isn't it? Because people are used to Windows, even if it is total bullcrap. Most people will not switch to Linux, including me at the time. So yeah.
Rumble
your
Studio,
point is valid.
you have to stream 30 hours from the Rumble Studio, 20 unique chatters, 5 streamed to premium, and 200 hours watched a month, and 5 raids a month. So I'm looking at the metrics right now. That's what it says.
Yeah, people are definitely a pack mentality kind of people.
Well, I know how it is
herd.
because
Well, yeah, pack mentality, sure, but more of a herd mentality.
Yeah, that's why I call them sheeps or talking meats. That's the words I use for most of the rest of my fucking disgusting species. People here excluded, but yeah, most of them are sheeps because they follow just what they see, and then there will be talking meats. I mean, they can talk, but there's nothing there. That's most people. 90% of people you meet in your life are like that. They're either sheep or talking meat. It's very sad to see, but that's the reality we're living in, and it's very.
Oh yeah, okay. As a thought experiment, I suppose, an example, you could tell somebody if they special order this food, they'll get it cheaper, and it might even be better. But no, they're like, well, no, I go to town every day anyway, so they're gonna get the unhealthier, more easily available stuff, and they're gonna do that every time. Even if they do try the other, they're gonna go back to the convenience.
Definitely.
that's like Me, I can make pretty good homemade fries, but
Oh
I
yeah.
go the store-bought ones because it's easier to deal with.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same.
But it's
Uh,
true.
the last time I did actually make fries from fresh potatoes is like 15 years ago. I actually do buy the frozen ones and just drop them into the air fryer.
Byron, he says his break's about over. But either way, thanks for watching. It's always nice to have you. Whether you're watching or on the show, it's always nice to have you around.
You know
Indeed.
what? I
Yeah.
wonder if Byron, he's a janitor in a casino, right? I wonder if he get when he if he gets bored, if he goes to around to the customers and whispers in their ear that it's all fixed.
The
Because
house
you'd be
always
tempted,
wins.
you know.
Oh no, wait, casinos? Fuck yeah, they're fixed. Why do you think they get all rich? I mean, if not fixed per se, but rather obviously leaning in their favor.
Yeah,
Of
weighted.
course, I mean, anybody who thinks is not is delusional and they're like, I win money. I'm gonna win money. It's like I've seen people come out of casinos going, I won $10, and it's like, and they're all happy as shit. And it's like, how much do you spend? Oh, 400.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Here's the thing: if you are working in the casino and you fuck up, you will be fired. You needs to fucking cheat the shit out of them, and that actually is a skill.
Well, the thing is if you're caught doing that, you'll get sent to federal
No,
prison.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no, 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 no. I
if you
mean the other
win
way
too much,
around.
if you win too much in a casino, they'll escort you out. They won't
Yeah.
let you win very much.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really good at blackjack for some reason.
In some cases, they'll beat your ass
Yeah.
and leave you somewhere near dead or something.
I normally
Well,
like
see-
blackjack. That's a good game. Sorry, Ali.
Mhm.
Cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. My mother, she when she would play cards, we got to noticing she would win every damn time.
Because she
I'm
can
going,
count
okay,
cards.
Mom. What's going on, Mom? And she said, I don't know. I'm just, I see how many decks they have and I know how many cards is in a deck and I divide that. And I'm going, Ma, you're counting cards. You're going to get put in jail. She said, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I just did it in my head. It's automatic. I said, Mom, you're going to get put in prison. You got to stop that.
I'm really bad at math, but the funny thing is I'm really good at blackjack, and I'm even more better at fucking poker. I mean, it depends on the style, but if you can change cards, if it is about making faces, playing with the chips, yeah, I'm a pretty good liar. I will
Well,
make people think that I have a bad hand when I'm winning, and I will people make think I have a good hand when I have shit. And yeah, I have won every fucking poker game ever that I played.
Well,
I
you know
mean,
what a
we
good
play in
liar would
private.
say? A good liar would say, I can't lie. I suck at lying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we are honest here. We are honest here.
well,
Um,
I know that my mom, she
it's
went
about
to the
tricking people when you play
she
poker.
went to the casino with my grandmother's sister. They all went. Mom didn't want to go in the first place, but she went, and that's when I found out she was counting cards, and she didn't even realize she was counting cards.
That's
That's just
so
the way
awesome.
it was.
No,
That's
but
really
no,
cool.
I can be a really great liar, but I don't like to lie.
Mm,
Lying is a real rarity for me, but I can be good at it. Sure, I can be, but I don't want to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is a chore, and furthermore, it is destructive. Um, that is why I don't do it anymore.
I,
It's just a
I think it
skill that's
depends on
not.
it depends on the purpose of why you're lying.
Yeah,
And
I
I don't
mean,
mean it like because I stole something. I mean, there are some points where being honest is not always the best idea.
that's true. That's true. Especially in relationships and stuff like that. At times, you will need to be not truthful.
Well,
Um,
it's not only that, but there's also there are other times where you need to do it, like not to try and bring it down, but normally when if someone's dying as well, there are parts where you should probably lie to a certain point. Like I said, I'm not trying to bring it down, but like I said, there are some times where lying is a necessary evil, I
yeah.
should say.
We will call it white lies. The ones that are in good intention. You lie
Mm.
to someone to save them from reality because nobody likes reality too much, and that's why you need to lie their face at times to save them from reality or themselves or whatever. That's a thing that is happening, of course. And I still will do that when it's necessary. But as Noise said, lying in general is something that I just don't do anymore.
Well,
I rather
uh,
tell the truth.
see, I don't know. Maybe some people call me an asshole for it. And I've dealt with a lot of dying people, and I know it's fucked up, but it's true. But I never lied to them, whether it be an
Mm.
old person or a child. I don't lie because everybody else is lying to them, and somewhere they inside they know it.
Of
Mm.
course,
And there's a part of them that just wants more than anything for somebody to be honest. Of course, if they're in hysterics, right? If they're really truly breaking down, you don't then. But otherwise, I tell the truth even then.
Yeah, I
hmm
mean, with me, like I kind of like I would say lying is too much hard work. Like, I mean,
it
if you're
is.
telling the truth, you don't have to remember what you said.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I think that's very,
Oh,
very
oh, thank you,
basic.
Rhoda. That's the point. That's the point. Um, I was a lying bitch in my teens and early 20s. It is hard work remembering your constructs and shit like that. Just being truthful, being yourself, saying what you think is way more easy and also more rewarding because here's the funny thing. If you say what you think, the people who are crap will go away, and the only people who will stay and spend time with you, those are your real friends. Why? Because you showed them your true self. I mean, it is actually pretty easy when you think about it.
Well, going back on that lying part, the best lie is to make sure you keep it as close to the truth as possible as well. You don't like if you're going to be someone who's going to be lying a lot, don't make some ridiculous, thing that you can't handle. You always got to try and keep it as
Lying
truth
with the
close
truth.
to the truth, but still to a part where your lie will still slip in. Yes, this sounds like you know that
No, no,
I'm
I
an
understand.
individual that does a lot of these things, but I'm just trying to be more of the devil's advocate, I guess, in a way.
No, no.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I think everyone here that is a human being did this.
How
If you
many
were a
how
kid
many
or a teenager.
non-humans do you believe are here?
Well, if you remember, I'm AI. I'm not actually really here.
Okay, that was a good one. But here's the real thing
It's
about
Liz.
this. Lying with the truth works best. That's just something that really works best. If you lie to someone, but you
You
basically
mean like a
truth,
lie of omission?
hmm?
You mean like a lie of omission?
I don't know what that means.
Like you're not
You
actually
tell a partial
saying
truth,
something that's
but
not true, but you're
omit
leaving
part of
out
it.
stuff
Oh
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
true.
that's lying with the truth. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yes. That
Yeah.
that's the best one. That's the most easy one. That's the most believable one. People will not um see through it.
No, I view unless it's absolutely necessary to really save your ass or something. I don't believe in lying because I feel like it's the ultimate sin enabler. If we were not able to lie, if it was impossible to lie, imagine how different the world would be.
Oh, it would be very different. The funny thing is, most people will hate you because when I stopped lying,
we would adapt.
people don't
We would
like
adapt because there would be no lies anymore. We would
Yeah,
adapt
because they
quickly.
wouldn't be able to either.
Who was it that said, "If the truth will kill them, let them die"?
Ooh,
I don't know. You
he's
just said it,
going
so that
full
counts as someone.
biblical.
Hey, there you go. No, it's my wise words now.
No, that is a famous quote. I don't know by who, but that's kind
That's a
of
Bible
always been
thing.
my belief. If the lie will kill you, you should die.
Ooh, I would be dead.
Now that's not to say that you should spill your guts to the world. There's some things that, of course, you should keep to yourself. But you know,
Yeah, that's the
when
real
it's
issue.
when it's a two-party thing going on, yeah, it more than anything, it just hurts people.
Oh, yeah, you're so right. I think if you are in a relationship, be it a friendship or with your partner or even a family member, you should not lie. You really should not. That's just hurting yourself more than it hurts them. It's just hurtful all around. It is bullshit.
Okay, so I'm gonna change gears here for a moment.
Okay.
Here's a video that Elijah brought to my attention. I have not even watched it yet. Hopefully, it's watchable.
Ew.
Yes, that is a robot dog with Mark Zuckerberg's head. And yes, it's pooping a printed image. The artist known as Beeple created the robots, called Regular Animals, featured at Art Basel's 010 space, an exhibit of digital art during Miami Art Week.
They're constantly taking pictures and sort of like reinterpreting the world through the lens of these different sort of like characters. So they're sort of taking the prints and sort of like reinterpreting the world through the eyes of sort of like Andy Warhol as how Picasso saw it. And Elon and Zuckerberg are another sort of characters in this, and we're increasingly seeing the world through the lens of how they would like us to see it, because they control these very powerful algorithms and they have unilateral control over how we see the world in many ways. The robots will continue to function, but they will only take pictures and sort of like develop these memories, and the memories will be logged on the sort of blockchain, because I think that's a great use for this technology. But they will only be doing that for 3 years. And so the idea there is to, again, look at them more like animals that have a finite sort of like lifespan.
And the exhibit created quite a bit of buzz. People says the robot sold out within an hour of opening.
I find them kind of charming and cute, which I wasn't expecting. I saw the Mark Zuckerberg one and the Picasso one go up and almost poop noses, and that made me laugh. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant, and I think it's I'm happy to see it. And for me, it elicited a lot of laughter.
The reaction's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely been, I think it's something where it's very hard for you to just like see this and walk past and be like, okay, yeah, I've seen that. It's like, okay, come on, you've not seen that. But I think it is something you will see more. It's called Regular Animals because in the future, these will be regular animals. And I'm always trying to make art, not for now, but for the future.
I'm so confused.
Can you change? I wonder if you can change the heads.
Probably.
Probably. Oh, they'll only be prosthetics, won't they? What I noticed was like the original guy introducing them looks like Matt Lucas, only skinny.
He
And he
has
kept saying
Tourette.
memories instead of memories, which was interesting. But that was really scary. What I was saying, it was kind of like the precursor to some like indie horror movie or something.
What the fuck did I even fucking watch
It says, pretty sure I had an acid trip that was very similar to this.
Yeah. Well,
My trips were actually kind of too much for words. It wasn't like, oh, this with this head, and it was just so fucking out there. You can't really put it into words.
When taking
what I was
acid, I had
curious
issues
about
with
is
punch.
I
Yeah,
wanted
sorry.
to one of those robot dogs into Big Shirley.
No, but to be
then it would be cute.
to be fair, I do remember shroom trips, which they were the lesser trips, right? But I would hit that shit hard. It wasn't the blown away where you can't put it in the words, but it was still a hard trip. And Elijah might remember me trying to swim in place, and I thought I was in Egypt swimming in the sand.
Yeah. I kept trying to tell you that you were not in Egypt swimming in
I
the
didn't
pyramid
care.
sand.
I didn't care.
You ate too
And you
much.
kept thinking that I was an Egyptian queen or pharaoh or some
Got
shit.
it.
And
You were the
I don't
Egyptian
remember.
queen of the pod. No, seriously. Here's the thing.
No, but
when-
I
when
had
was
like
the
half
thing,
a fucking
it's nice.
freezer bag of at once.
freezer bag. Like that.
I've only had 2 experiences like that ever. The first time I just went and stood by the record deck and stared at it for like 6 hours, and I thought it was about 10 minutes. And the second time I was at some rave in the fields, and I just set up camp by the bass bin and just enjoyed it. But it was like I was inside the bass, like, if that makes sense. Which would make sense for me because I am a bass player. So.
Oh.
It's like I read about like Ozzy had done acid, and he said never again because he sat in a field for like hours talking to a cow.
Well, I don't know. So some of the people we can meet, that might actually be a better use of your time.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
here's the thing. There's a big
do
difference.
that
Oh my, come on.
and you fall out in a field and you look up at the sky if it's a nice night or whatever and look at the stars. Oh my God, that's infinite. That's like you will stay there for hours and hours
It's like
and hours.
how silence is deafening except for your eyes, and it kind of blends into the rest of your senses too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they reckon you can have like a proper actual trip with like no chemicals involved whatsoever, just by spending a long time in an isolation tank, don't they?
Yes.
But I tell everybody, don't look in a mirror. The first thing they want to do is go look in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Well,
no,
the
no,
thing
no.
is,
You don't look in the mirror when you are on acid. You don't want to
with the
do that.
isolation tank therapy, they do that to a lot of veterans and people that's had really horrific trauma.
That's
And what it does,
that's sensory deprivation. There's also a technique that's sensory overload, which a lot of people beckon it back to, like whether it be Native or African or whoever, their drum circles where the drums would get higher and the dances would get faster, and that everything would be coming at them in overload until their senses overload and they hit a certain point and then get that connection, if you will.
Mhm.
There are many
and the
things
thing
like that.
is with sensory deprivation therapy, what it does is it forces you to go inward instead of outward, because
Mhm.
there's nothing outward that there's nothing there to stimulate your senses, so you have no choice but to go
If you
inward.
follow all the ancient teachings, they essentially teach you reach inward to see outward and outward to see inward.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's very interesting and very true. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot,
I would
also
agree.
a lot of psychotherapists use color therapy and water therapy. And those two things are used together. What it is they put the patient in a water tank and it's like a bathtub, but it's a sensory deprivation tank too.
Oh, but they
But it
add some
flashes
salt
different.
so they'll float. But
Yeah.
I'll just say with this is all said with a disclaimer of we don't encourage any kind of drug use. We do talk about the psychotherapies of it all.
And
It can be therapeutic.
Yeah.
Here's a funny thing.
They'll
If
flash
you don't sleep
different
for
colors
oh shit.
for a certain amount of time. Like they'll do red, and then for so many minutes, and then all the primary colors of the spectrum. And what it does is it helps you align your energy back to yourself.
And then there's a hemisync therapy, which you have, say, headphones on, and it plays the tones in such a way that you normally have your right and your left, but this brings it together, the pattern of your brain, and it brings it together in one.
Oh, I don't know that one. Let's see.
But
That's
some of those tones that they use is just maddening to me. I can't stand. It's like, oh my God, what is this? This drives my brain insane. I can't stand the sound of it. And then others is very calming and relaxing, and it'll put you to sleep.
Okay, I if I may speak, there are three things that I want to talk about. First of all, taking mushrooms or mescaline or whatever natural things you have for your trips, they are very enjoyable. And looking into the fire, into the bonfire, is very interesting. The thing is with the LSD, with the chemical component of it all, there is an issue with time. You feel like you are in the past, in the future, and in the present at the same time. There is something weird going on. It's very
I've had that
interesting,
happen to me,
but
yeah.
never look into the mirror when you are on fucking LSD. And the third thing, I actually forgot. It was something Ali said. Oh shit! God fucking damn it! I'm so stupid.
Well, one thing we spoke on was the hemisync, which that was it's well known as
Oh, I
it is
remember.
because the NSA ran a program on it and had handpicked soldiers to put through the training course. One of their many missions of doing this was remote viewing.
I remember what I wanted to try to say as a third point is sleep deprivation gives you the most vivid and highly dangerous hallucinations by far. Like for real. Not sleeping for 5 days. Yeah, you
Okay,
feel things that are not there. You see things that are not there. You really fucking hallucinate like fucking a motherfucker. That shit's
sleep
dangerous.
deprivation makes the pineal gland or pineal gland or however you want to pronounce it. It makes it it forces it to overact because it's not getting the sleep that is needed, which kind of shoots dreams out in reality. Now, which is essentially what DMT does, but DMT does it like 10,000 times harder. Like it's the hardest trip that you will ever know.
Oh, I want that one. I want that
No,
one.
you don't, Lilith. No.
I want it.
Look. No, you think you want it, and then you do it, and it's like, oh, for God, just bitch slap me. Even if you didn't believe in God, you will. You will.
Is that the one that where you see purple aliens and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that's one
Yeah,
of them. Yeah.
it's the one. Yeah, that's the
So
one.
I wasn't quite sure. Like I couldn't remember which one was actually called that. Where you have the drugs, and everyone has the same like type of dream or whatever it is.
Well, see, I've done it. I don't know, like 8 or 10 times maybe. Not everyone has the same visions. It's just a lot do, but not everyone. Its nickname is the God molecule.
Yeah, that's why I want to have it. I want to have this experience and
I will say-
see what I'm made of.
With that, it's very important that you choose calming sounds. Heavy metal? Oh God, no.
Wait,
Oh
and
That's
no.
calming me. That's the
no,
music that
it
calms
needs
me.
a very particular kind of sound, and you won't think you'll think I'm all right. No, it don't. It matters.
It
It so
matters.
matters.
It
And
matters.
don't go into it thinking I've done drugs. It's just no, it's not. No, the fuck is not. You'll see.
The best
I would
song,
like to do this very
well,
much.
the best song that I found was the theme from the Vikings TV show.
Oh,
Weird
yeah.
enough. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but that's what worked.
Yeah, same for me. I found that is the number one song that best gets you through that.
Mhm.
That doesn't
Even
mean you
now,
need to sing it.
when I hear that song, I get that trip like I'm about to go down that tunnel again.
Yep. Yep.
Doesn't mean you need to sing it.
Oh Lord, Lilith.
Yep, there.
Yay! Oh, she moved.
I'm sorry.
She moved.
I love the Viking series. It is inaccurate.
I haven't
but
watched all
it
the
is
Viking
good.
series. I haven't watched all of it, but I watched it up till they killed off the main character, and then I think it
Yeah,
was like
you watched
and I
Ragnar
kind of
Lothbrok
quit
die.
watching it at that point.
Yeah,
The,
good choice because the series went to shit after Ragnar Lothbrok died.
Well, the better one actually, which is a little bit more accurate, is Last Kingdom.
Oh, Last Kingdom was really good.
It's a
but
little bit
I
more
think- I
accurate
think
because that's
Viking-
the one where you got the Dales and all that. You know, pretty much almost conquered England completely, and that's when England kind of pushes back and that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I'll have to check that out.
Well is right on that one.
My,
It is historically more accurate than Vikings, but Vikings was still a good series.
Oh, both of them
Traditionally,
are, yeah.
so
yeah,
hot.
okay.
One of
Tradition
my
and so on.
I found out about my Norse heritage because one of them that was my ancestor went to conquer France. That was that was part of the history.
Wait! You are a child of Rollo? No way. You have Rollo blood?
That makes so much sense. Now everything is starting to make some more sense.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why the French are the way they are now, is because they got conquered by your people, noise.
Yeah, we have a phrase for them in the UK: cheese eating surrender monkeys.
Nobody
Yeah,
likes the French.
here in Austria we call them frog eaters.
Nobody likes the French, and I think
Yeah.
somebody said even the French don't like the French, so they're
Oh, they
just
do not.
miserable people.
I spent a lot of time traveling through France on motorbikes. Like northern France, everybody hates each other. It's worse than Britain. But southern France, like when you get down towards the Mediterranean, is absolutely lovely, and like they're really nice, chilled people. But
Oh,
you want to be a good 2 hours ride south of Paris.
Oh,
It
so
was
it's
just today I was watching this clip of this German comedian, right? And he was speaking English, right? But some black person in the crowd said, "Hey, I went to your country and they love black people there." And the black person goes on to say, "It's because everybody hates Germans, just like everybody hates blacks." And the German man, the comedian, right? He's like, "No, the French are the N-words of the world, not the Germans."
That's so true. The only ones who hate the French more than the UK is the Germans. They had 100-year war. They never forgot it. It's in their DNA. Bloodlines are important.
I mean, I've been like in rural parts of France, which are technically France, like near the Alps, and They don't
Alps
have what
belong
you
to
would
Austria.
recognize as an official language. It's kind of like Pidgin German with a few French words thrown in.
Mm. Mhm.
No one, they can't understand you. You can't understand them. You end up using like the age-old language of gesturing. But
Oh.
you managed to get through it because
Well, you know,
because they're nice people.
I've been on other shows with Rhoda for a long ass time now, and at first this motherfucker was so British I couldn't understand him for nothing. Took me a while.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I learned the British English before I even touched the American English, so I understand both of it. I can even understand Scottish and Irish people, like when they are in hard accent, for real, for real. I can understand it. I cannot
Well,
produce it myself. I
if
cannot
I
talk
went over
like
there, everybody over there would be thinking I was retarded because I wouldn't be able to understand somebody with a really thick Scottish accent or an really thick Irish accent.
Look, I'm around a lot of rednecks, and I don't understand those motherfuckers, and I grew up around them.
Yeah, I have
Ooh,
to
ooh,
translate. I
ooh,
mean,
I remember you sent me a video about redneck speak. I understood 80% of it.
yeah, but it's the other percent that you don't understand that gets you
well,
because
No,
they
you
would
would
be
have
telling
to
you
be
true,
around
that's
it.
true.
You would just have to really be around it. I can guarantee there's a lot of it you wouldn't catch.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and
It's
then
the
you would
same. It's
call
the same in
me.
Austria. If you go to the countryside, that they have accents, that they have words that you never heard before. So yeah, there will be a
So,
new vocabulary. There will be new words. I mean, um, we call a little girl Mädchen, yeah,
Oh, that's
and then you go to Osttirol and suddenly it's a Jandle. What the fuck is even that? I
well,
mean, it's a new word.
around, say we had American streamers on here, which the bottom row are non-Americans, but if we had Americans on here, they would hear Elijah and be like, "That's the most southern redneck sounding shit I ever heard." The fact of the
No.
matter is, she barely has a very, very light southern accent. The locals, they got it bad. It's a heavy, heavy ass accent.
Well, see, that's why I have to translate all the time because I can understand what they're saying, and Noise will go, "What did they just say?" And I'll tell them what they might have said or something, and then he'll go, "Oh, okay." And it's just
Like these motherfuckers, they don't say bye, they go bah,
Bah,
bye,
bah.
bah.
Okay,
bye,
okay.
They don't say, they don't say why, they go wah.
why. I can do it. I just try my best not to, but I can do it. I just don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's too funny.
What are they doing? Crying to you or something when they say goodbye?
No,
Like, hey, bye. It's like,
saying
wah,
goodbye.
wah.
No, oddly, bye is bah, but why is wah.
Yeah.
Wah,
I
wah.
don't know. That's the
It
same
sounds
anyway.
like crying.
It's bye.
It's like just a different version of
And then,
crying to
and
you.
then there's some of them who they'll say I've cleaned something up. They'll say I clung it.
Yeah, no, that's bad. I've never done that myself. That's way out in the woods. You don't
What
want to mess with
what
them
I'm
kind of people.
what I'm telling you is some people will see us here on the top row and go, "Oh, there's some rednecks." You don't know. No, we're the anti-rednecks. We're the least redneck motherfuckers in the redneck area. You think you understand redneck speak? You gotta be there. You'd have to witness it. It'll blow your fucking mind.
Well,
Yeah,
my
it
grandmother,
actually did. It actually
she
did
lived
just right now. I would
she
be
lived for a
lost.
few years in a state called West Virginia. And she moved with her husband up there because her husband was a Native American and they couldn't be in the state of Alabama because it was illegal.
Wait,
So
what?
she lived up there for a few years, and the way they spoke up in the mountains, they lived way up in the mountains, and the way they spoke up there kind of rubbed off on her. So when she moved back to Alabama, some of the terms that she would use would be what they would use in West Virginia. Like, let me see if I can. She would say, go, go, go tote that bucket of wrench water down to the creek, to the creek.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking they didn't say creek, but some Southerners did talk like that. But some of them migrated from different parts of America, right? But everywhere, more so in the past, not so much now. But now everybody's starting to sound more so the same because of the internet and TV and such. But the further you go back, the more everybody in the South you needed a fucking translator, even though they were speaking English or supposed English.
Yeah, but she would catch herself, and she would go, "Oh, I'm not in West Virginia no more. I can't talk like that. Nobody knows what I'm talking about."
Some of them would call a bench, like a bench you sit on. They'd say a bench.
A bench.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't even notice that one particularly, but the others, yeah. This is like right. So my mum, okay, she passed a couple of years ago, unfortunately, but she spent she grew up really within 40 miles of where I grew up for 40 years, and then she moved to Scotland. She was in Scotland for about 12 years, and she never picked up the accent, but she picked up all the words. So she started using Scottish phrases in an English accent. But when she came to visit, the English people found that hilarious, and the Scottish people also found it hilarious. They all loved it. She was very, very popular. She ran bars and things. Everybody loved her, but it was always a running joke that she was saying all these Scottish terminology and phrases in an English accent.
Well, I don't talk like the rednecks do. I talk quite fucking differently, right? But when I get around straight rednecks talking, they tend to get mad. They think that I'm trying to be better than them, and that I think I'm better than them is what they're thinking, and it is absolutely not so. I just I never cared for the accent, so I guess I made a conscious decision not to adopt it.
Well, when you were small, you spent a good bit of time up north, though, and that in your formative years, and that changes one's accent a lot. Your formative years, depending on where you live,
I know one word that Northerners always get a kick out of is Vienna. They call it something very different.
No, okay.
Yeah, no.
Westerners, they call it Vienna and also there's a place in Europe with that, Vienna. But here in the South, there is no such place.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There is no such place here in the South, right? So the Southerns go Vienna, right? And everybody from the rest of the country or the world will be like, they'll laugh. They think, oh, you fucking retard. It's like, motherfucker, I could travel for 20 hours and I still wouldn't be out of the country. Shut the fuck up. I don't even know the place you're talking about. Leave me alone.
We're way out in the middle of nowhere. Well, I mean, for years I thought it was Vienna.
No,
I mean, I really
Vienna,
did.
Vienna, and in German we call it Wien. Okay, we call it Wien. You call it Vienna.
No, but ultimately, yeah, sure. There's a place called Vienna, right?
No, it's not Vienna.
Okay, what the fuck ever, right? My point is, look, listen, I don't give a fuck. You can call shit what you want to call it. I call it what I want to call it. Ultimately, it's the difference of pronunciations. It's not a big fucking deal.
It is not. I'm just fucking with you because it's the town I'm living in, and it is called Vienna in English, and it is called Wien
here's the
in
thing.
German.
There's a lot of places called that around the world, and I'm sure each pronounce it at least a little different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's so weird. It's so weird. Pronunciations are so weird, especially if you consider the local dialects, and there's so much happening. Um, Even changing of words. I mean, you even have an idea that when I'm going to the countryside in Austria, which is a very itty bitty tiny country in the middle of Europe, if I just go to the countryside, they will use words I never heard before. And I don't know what they're fucking talking about because
Mm-hmm.
they will change certain words, and you don't know what the fuck they are talking about. I'm not kidding you. It's a
Yeah.
real thing. It is like learning German again. Like
Oh, it's that different.
it
Hmm.
is. It is. They have exceptionally
Let's,
different vocabulary at certain things.
I wasn't
I mean,
trying to get I wasn't trying to get ill with you, but you kind of interrupted me in the middle of my point about it doesn't matter, it's a matter of pronunciations, interrupting me with trying to correct my pronunciation. So you can see how that you know.
I suck. I suck. I'm sorry, noise. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. I did it again. Ah, shit.
Yeah, I'll calm down.
I'm calm, but I suck. Huh. Mm. I'm sorry, noise.
It's fine.
It's just I understand what he's saying. It's
We
fine.
know. It's all right. We'll move on.
On the other agenda,
All right, so yeah, we're past an hour in, so I'll bring up a topic. I don't believe we've had topics, but not a solid one. So
Not on
I'm going to
purpose.
talk about some stuff that Steam is doing that I think is great. Yeah, I got it in big ugly purple highlight, but here we go. Steam Deck lead reveal Valve is funding ARM compatibility of Windows games to expand PC and release ultra portables in the future. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is about, of course, you can run Steam games on a computer. You can run it on Windows. You can run it on Linux. What they're working on is making it so you can run your library on ARM-based processors, which is mobile, like phones and tablets, which is something that you cannot currently so much do. It's the same way they made it possible to run Windows games on Linux, they're going to make it possible to run it on mobile processors as well. I think that's a big step, and it's a great thing. They're trying to unify the whole gaming universe.
That's pretty
really
exciting.
With
That's
massive
another nail
success,
in the coffin of consoles as well.
with the massive success of Proton compatibility and Steam Deck, the upcoming Steam machine, and the company is also secretly pushing to bring games to ARM devices. Valve has been secretly funding what they call FEX. Okay, Proton, everybody knows it's the thing that makes Windows game run on Linux. But Proton's based on Wine, something that stands for Wine is not an emulator. It's a name within itself describing what it's not. It's a compatibility layer. They tweaked it and called it Proton. I think most people are like, what do I care? I don't give a fuck. I'll call it what they say. But anyway, it paves the way for a bunch of different, maybe ultra portables and maybe more power laptops being ARM based. But why ARM? The Steam Deck lead explains that the hardware offers more efficiency at lower power compared to other options. Yes, ARM based, mobile based processors run oftentimes equal things at a much lower power demand. So imagine your Steam Deck, instead of lasting an hour on a really graphic game, it could last 6 hours maybe.
which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a question though. With all of the RAM and the hardware shortages that are starting to take place, how does that affect this?
Well,
Oh, the price will go up.
Apple and Microsoft have both been making pushes steadily over the last few years toward ARM-based things. Like there's I'm not real big and familiar with the Apple territory, but I know they have ARM-based processors in some of their newer devices. Windows has also been trying with less success, but they've been trying. The whole industry is trying to move to ARM-based processors for lower power consumption, and now Steam is going to do this in a big way because not only are they bringing Linux in, but they're bringing games into it. So, yeah, they'll probably make a massive difference. Now, I wouldn't expect to see this anytime soon, but this is definitely something they're working on and something that's probably needed, especially seeing how AI is eating up all the memory, which on another note, Micron, the Crucial, they own the Crucial RAM brand. They have now decided to quit selling to consumers. You cannot get RAM from them now. The AI makers can, but consumers cannot.
Yeah,
that's bad.
That's really bad.
Real bad.
When your PC breaks down and you want to have a new one, you're fucked. Okay, it is really horrible at the moment, and it will push the price of the GameCube, which some call it, or I like to call it the.
Here's the thing: everybody's looking at the Steam machine going, it's going to be expensive, and the price is getting more expensive because of this. Yeah, that's true, but guess what? So will your consoles, so will your phones, so will your Windows PCs. Everything computerized is going to skyrocket. Everybody's going, but the Steam machine, how about every fucking thing?
Yeah.
Well, my question.
Oh my God, this is such a good thought. Look at this.
Another question I have is, will the stuff that runs on this architecture run better?
Yeah, I'm considering I'm getting the Steam box.
Lilith, hang on. Let Noise go.
Not necessarily better, but more power efficient. I mean, right now the work is being done for it to run in a compatibility layer so it can translate the calls. But, once the whole industry gets closer, moved over to ARM-based processors, they'll start making everything exclusively for ARM-based processors. Not necessarily better, but less power. Ideally the same, but we'll see. I think it's too early to tell. On a similar note, Valve is also working on an Android on Linux. Okay, right off, there's already an Android on Linux, but if Valve is working on it, they're going to get it shiny and functional. They're going to smooth it over. So think of it like this. You're running a Steam machine. You're running a Steam Deck. You're running Linux in general. You will have a way to easily run Android on it. Now, like I said, that one exists, but it's not smooth and, once a corporation like Valve says we're working on it, it's going to be streamlined. It's going to be a better experience.
Yeah. Okay, but now I have another question. I'm sorry for all the questions. I'm just trying to get as much information as possible. With this happening, to me, that seems like it would drive the game prices even higher than they are now, because they're having to raise their prices on their consoles and all that kind of stuff. Well, it stands to reason that they're going to push the price of games up too. So it's going to be a price hike for every.
Fault. That's Pimtendo's fault. Fucking Pimtendo made a fucking game that costs $100, and every single motherfucker in the Gremlin console community will keep this up. No.
Once a prominent, game maker in this case says all of our games are going to be this price going forward, everybody's going to start copying them. Kind of like everybody copies iPhones. It's like, oh, you can no longer have a removable battery. Oh, you no longer have a headphone port. Oh, we
Yeah.
don't even ship a charger with it now, and everybody's going. We're chasing that money, dick.
Mm.
But to answer your question, ideally, people will start making games with more constraints. They will start aiming for. We have to make this not require too much RAM. We have to make this where it won't generate too much heat on your machine. Ideally, that would be the perfect thing. Now, whether it will go that way, who's to say?
Well,
Can I say
the
something?
thing is, because they try to,
No.
like, traditionally, manufacturers try to make consoles as loss leaders and make the money back on selling software. If the price of hardware is going up, that will in turn make the price of games going up, because they won't be able to sell it as at such a loss, because the components are costing them more, and that will push the prices to games up.
I'm going to say yes and no, because I think during this time, this is probably when indie games could actually thrive even more. Because if you look at a lot of the indie
That's a
games,
completely separate issue, but I do agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
well, no, well, it is still part of it, because they're making all the games and all that sort of stuff. You've got like things such as EA, Ubisoft, all the big ones who are doing all the high prices. They're adding,
They're pricing themselves
so
out of
much
the
crap
market.
into it, which they don't need. That everyone who they've got all these employees that they don't actually need in certain cases as well. So that's adding to the experience or the cost. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that the indie games, you look at their low people, they're actually using their software to the best. Trying to work out how to explain it properly. To the best way that they can. So yeah, they might not be as expensive as like all the high end, all the main big companies as well. Like a good example is unfortunately, Expedition 33. Okay, they used Unreal
it's a
5
good
engine,
example.
and all of us know how crappy that
Unreal
is.
5 has a lot of overhead, and it
Yeah.
causes stutter.
But they actually were able to make a good game with that engine where everyone else can't. So
Yeah.
they were actually using the proper components, such as trying to not to use as much RAM and all that sort of stuff that everyone else, because they are a small company and they're trying to build a game for the gamers. You might find, yes, that might not be technically the same, but in a way it is, because they're all using the same components and all that sort of stuff. That's what I'm trying to say, that the indie games probably will thrive during this process as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's the main thing. Triple A is dead. Okay, Western gaming is dead. There will be exceptions, and there will be indie games like Expedition 33, for example, which was a real surprise to me, at least. But there will be good games from the Eastern market. I mean, look at fucking Where Winds Meet, for example. It is new and it is just glorious. And
Well, look, I've seen the game. To me, there was that. It looks just like a bunch of these Asian games that come along, like Wukong. Is like same kind of similar looking graphics, similar mechanics, and it's like good, but I want to see some other kind of stuff too.
now, okay, I understand that, but they are really playing to my heart because I was
Well,
playing Long and I was playing Neo and I was playing the Dark Souls games. Um, those are really good games. The Easterners, they deliver. I mean, I didn't play Stellar Blade yet, but yeah, the good games nowadays come from Korea, South Korea, Japan, and China.
yes and no.
Yeah, well, of course there will be taste.
Yeah, but you also got to remember they think differently to us Westerners. That with their games is a lot more gotcha than anything
Yeah,
else as well.
that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Am I wrong, or didn't Expedition 33 come from?
It was
It's
Frog
French.
Eaters. It was
It was
Frog
a
Eaters.
French. So technically, that's actually west.
Yeah, that's true. But it is an exception.
Yeah.
Expedition 33 was made by froggy eaters, like the pieces of shit of UBI soft, kind of people, and it was good for a change of pace. That's the exception, not the rule at all. I mean, look at
Well,
the
that's the same
Western
as
games.
Baldur's Gate 3 as well when that popped up.
Yeah, that's true. But Larian Studios is independent. They don't
Yeah,
have
yeah, no,
anyone to,
they're private.
MCU.
They're
But
private.
I forget what they were. Was it something like Polish or something? What the hell were they?
Yeah, something like that. Like they're a very small company, but they are privately owned. So it's the owner and the wife that actually run the
Yeah.
company.
That's
Yeah.
why Valve is they're
Yeah.
like single-handedly changing the industry. That's because they're private. They're a private company. They're not beholden to the shareholders.
Yes,
And
that is
that's
such
why
a
a lot of
big
people
point.
don't like it. Like, sorry, Lara, for cutting you off. I'm
No,
just
no, it's
saying,
fine.
like you've got Epic Games. You know, they came in because they wanted to take over the PC franchise. Like they wanted
I
to
don't
get
care
rid of
for Epic
Steam.
myself.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But you know, like Steam has done so much good stuff. Like with the new, like the Steam Deck and like the new console thing that they're bringing out, which is also pissing off things like Sony and all that because of um how it's all going. Which is good, you know, because it's good to have competition. Like competition is what we really need in the whole entire industry, because that would, you know, that would make people make better things. Such as a good example would be Battlefield 6, like sorry, the new one. Okay, look how that came out compared to the new COD game, which is a piece of crap, you know. So
Mm.
Battlefield is actually, you know, in competition with COD, and they're winning because they wanted to do better. You know, they were bringing out all this slop. They went down, and now they brought, you know, now they actually got the sticks up out of their asses and all that sort of stuff, and they made a good game. This is why you need competition.
That's true.
The problem with anyone who tries to compete with Steam now is public perception, because like everybody, like let alone people who don't game on PC, people who don't game know what Steam is. They know what a Steam Deck is. They know Steam
Yeah.
is how like most people play games on PC, and like nobody's going to be able to. I mean, it would take 20 years for somebody else to come along and build up enough to actually be a rival to Steam at this point, I think.
The only thing that would ruin Steam
It's
is
not
if
just
they.
what
Oh, sorry.
it's not just
Go
the
ahead.
hardware they're releasing, it's all the things they're doing behind the scene. Like they help usher in people getting used to running Windows games on Linux. You know, they people never accepted it before that it had the Valve name on it and the Steam name. They're ushering in it being able to run Android, and they're also ushering in it being able to run on ARM-based hardware like mobile, like phones and tablets. They're single-handedly making so many changes that if they're successful, it'll benefit us all, and they're completely flipping the industry.
I think
Absolutely.
the only
And
thing that
people
would
will trust
ruin
it because they
Steam
know
is
what
if they
Steam
went
is.
public.
Oh my God! Why are you so smart? You actually are an owl. You're very wise. You know things. Uh, but yeah, Steam. When it first came out, I didn't like it at all. Okay, I was used to my CD keys and having my physical media for playing my games on my PC. And then Steam came out, and suddenly you needed to trust this platform. I didn't trust it, and I hated it. But nowadays, after a long time of being in service with them, they are the top notch and only way to play games. Because nowadays, I will call people who still play consoles, I will call them console gremlins, because you are stuck to the past. I mean, there will be Pimtendo, There will be Sony fucking you up your ass, stealing your information, your credit card information, shit like that. In the UK, you need to make an account showing your face just to play online. I mean, what the fuck globalist bullshit is that? I mean, they are infiltrated up the ass, but it is not even funny anymore. Seriously, fuck consoles, fuck them, fuck
Not
them.
really.
PC Master
Well,
Race.
Lily, I mean, I don't share that sentiment because I think anybody that wants to play games, if they enjoy a console, good.
Well,
It's
no,
just
the
me.
thing about, yeah, you should be able to play what you want to play, of course. But the thing about consoles, as the generations go on, they are computers. That technically they've always been computers. It's just a locked down device.
Mhm.
You can't upgrade it. The software's locked, but that's getting less and less with each generation, each reiteration of the console. The difference is getting so paper thin, and I think people are beginning to realize that.
Well,
Well,
I remember when the Steam Deck first came out, wasn't it to where you could replace things in the Steam Deck? Like if you wanted more RAM or whatever, you could do that.
Uh, not the RAM, unless you're really good at soldering. But no, you
Yeah.
couldn't just stick another RAM in it, but you can change the SSD, and most, like 99% of the parts are replaceable, but not necessarily upgradable.
Okay,
Even have
here's a question for the panel. What do you think about the simple fact that when I'm playing on PC and I want to play with my husband, I can do it for free. But if I was on the Xbox or the fucking PS, I need to pay monthly for playing
Well,
online.
that's just
uh,
capitalism. I mean, anybody can lock you into a market. Uh, you know, okay, so everything's on a console is entrapped into one thing, like the PlayStation environment or the Xbox environment, meaning we have complete control. The company of the game itself can decide to do that. Be like, oh, you want to play online? No, you pay monthly. That's just that's just the market and capitalism.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you are PC Master Race, first of all, it doesn't happen because Steam doesn't do that, and second of all, even if they did, you would be able to get around it.
Well,
But if
technically
you are a
speaking,
console gremlin, you are
if
locked in paying out of
no,
your ass.
okay, yeah. Right now it is that way, but technically speaking, the game company themselves can enact that. You say you're using Windows or Apple, they can enact that. It's
mm.
still up to the
Bullshit.
company. It can always be enacted.
And
Yeah.
I have to say,
But there will
Lilith,
be shit.
not that's that whole entire console thing is actually untrue as well. You know, you can actually with some of the older ones, or even I don't know the now ones, you can do LAN parties.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You just go straight
I
on.
remember
That's
doing
a
that
good
on the
thing about the
Millennium with
console itself.
Grand Theft Auto 2.
Hmm.
We had a bunch of PlayStation ones and a load of monitors, like in a disused scout hall, and everybody was just playing Grand Theft Auto 2 on a LAN party.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did that with my mates with Halo, Tekken. You know, we all got
Yeah,
together,
that's
got
just
all
what
our
I
alcohol and
did.
shit, and just fucking started playing and being like boys and all that sort of like giving each other shit as well at the same time. But that's a good thing about also console. Doing that with a PC is a lot harder as well. You got to actually get your monitors, you got your tower, you got to bring everything all together, and then when everyone's playing and in that room is going to get bloody hot as well
Mhm.
Oh
because all you
yeah, yeah. We had
okay.
LAN
So
parties.
there's no real master in anything. They all have their disadvantages and advantages as well. And it's like what Ali said. Go and noise. Go play whatever the fuck you want to play on. Okay, who gives a
Yeah.
shit what anyone says?
That's okay. That's of course true. Everything in this world is a two-flipped coin or a double-edged sword. It
No, I
always
tell you
has
what I encourage.
advantages and
I mean, you
disadvantages.
could get into a a grand scope open world RPG and spend 1,000 hours in it, or you could go the fuck outside and have a real adventure.
Well, you know,
those
I
make me
play
hurt.
games, but me personally, I cannot play a console game. I just can't.
Because you
I'm
got
like
this
a-
with so many buttons, you
I
feel like
can't
you
do
like
it.
this.
I feel like I'm a monkey doing a math problem. I
No,
can't. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's true.
I'm primarily keyboard and mouse, but I can use a controller, but it does get ridiculous. Like now you got the gyros and you got the two knobs and you got the directional and you got buttons here and here and here and here and here.
Yeah,
Here's
I
the funny
don't
thing.
like the gyro thing. I do like the touchpads, but I don't like the gyro thing.
I don't like the
you're
gyro
playing a
thing.
game,
I don't
right?
like the touchpads, but I
You're
do
playing a
like my
game.
control.
And you sneeze and then your character does all kinds of funny shit and you're like, I don't know what I did. I know I didn't mean to do it. Now I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Then me playing a
Oh,
console
no.
game is like
Come on.
I'll move with the I'll go like this. You know, I'm trying to get like
Are
this
you
is not
serious?
working for me at
Okay,
all.
are you telling me
and
you played
sneeze
Dark
real
Souls
hard,
with
right?
fucking
You sneeze real hard. You like you get the controller and then you look up and your character's got no clothes on, changed the weapon, fell off a cliff, and you're like, oh, what?
Yeah,
No, that sounds like a Friday night for me. So, oh, well.
If you want to watch somebody's character fall off a cliff, then watch my Tomb Raider streams.
Yeah, I wanted to say I just didn't want to be rude, but it sounds like Valkyria went a little too far on deep throating.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, talking about the jumping off cliffs, like there were a lot of stories when, like in World of Warcraft and stuff like that, doing raiding, everyone would always follow the tank, okay? And sometimes some tanks were dicks and they jumped off the cliff, so everyone in that whole entire raid followed the tank.
No, I played WoW for a good long time, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, heal me, and they'd already ran through an entire fucking dungeon. You're trying to play catch up, and it's like, I can't do this shit around the corners. The fuck you expect of me? And they're like, you suck. No, you suck, motherfucker. If you won't wait for the party.
I quit playing healers in
I
World
hate
of Warcraft.
MMOs. I hate MMOs. They're
I
way
like
too
MMOs. I
social.
just can't. I just know better than to play a healer now, because that used to be
Right.
You don't want to be the
Kinda
healer.
like real soldiers, right? And you got a platoon or whatever, and one of them runs out in the middle of a whole, the enemy army throwing grenades and shooting in
Leroy
circles.
Jenkins.
Yeah, and then they're like, why didn't you have my back? It's fucking retarded. What can I say?
It's Leroy Jenkins all over again. No. I'm playing games to escape humanity, not to engage with it. That's why I hate MMOs. Seriously.
That's why you're into the whole hentai tentacle stuff, Lilith.
That's why you're on a panel of six
There will be some tentacles.
with one that doesn't talk but still six.
Yeah. Well, I played
you-
World of Warcraft for years, and I got tired of the whole raid thing, so I just started doing the
Well,
PvP battlegrounds
Look,
and
when
stuff.
it got to be, you went on a raid and you sat for 4 hours while they're planning, and not only that, but it was like your gear score, blah 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 blah, and then not to mention all the insults flung,
The meta
like they were all
bullshit.
smart ass 12-year-olds. Is like, no, I play games for fun, and when they're not fun, I don't play them.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
remember?
why.
Yeah. Go ahead, Valkyria.
Oh, I was just going to say that's why I only play, like when I play them, I don't go into guilds or anything like that. I just jump in there and play for as much. Like I still play WoW, yes, but I play a lot of other MMOs because I just enjoy them, and I do enjoy a lot of single player games. So that's pretty much how I play it. Just sing as a solo tank running around doing everything I need, and then that's
Yeah.
it. Then I jump off.
Well,
That's
I
a-
mean,
Oh,
me-
you like
me
to take the
personally-
damage.
Me personally, I like to make my character as adaptable as possible. That way, I don't have to worry about a healer, and I don't have to worry. I'm all in one.
Well, yeah,
kind of
everybody,
thing.
they max out for one thing, like glass cannons. Like they'll break if you touch them,
Yeah,
but they do the
min-maxing
highest
is good.
damage. Yeah, min max. I fucking hate that. I'm like, you're supposed to be playing a fantasy game for the fantasy aspect, not just so got to do this quicker and I got to be the most biggest numbers. You're not playing a game anymore. You're
Yeah, that's
at that point.
meta gameplay. That's meta gameplay. I had this in Diablo and games like that. Of course, it sucks.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do make many characters in games that I really like when Bethesda still was good, or Obsidian still was good, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Elder
Okay, I
Scrolls
don't think we have
7.
all night for the complete
Yeah.
list.
What I'm trying to say is I make so many characters. I make so many different things. I use all the mods. I'm really into that.
Well, that's the
Being
difference
creative.
between single player and MMOs, though.
Yeah, that's why I don't like MMOs. First of all, they are very social. You need to interact with people, and as Noise said, they will be planning a raid, and you need to wait. And
Well, that's what the
you-
lead is meant for.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but it
like I was saying earlier.
It is
Like I
real
was-
world shit.
It's like I was saying earlier, go outside and have your own adventure. What it brings to mind is that movie where the fuck is his name? That actor who played as the Grinch and
Oh,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
it reminds me of that movie where he just started saying yes to everything that people said to him, right? You know, he had this boring ass life, so he started. No, of course I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. That's stupid, right? But it kind of reminds me of that. Sometimes you just gotta go out there and you might be surprised.
No, I might
reminds
get
me of
raped
that
by the farmer.
he started saying yes, and he found himself in situations and playing roles that he never thought he would, and changing his life in these funny ways because he before he just wouldn't try or change anything.
Yeah. Well, I know in all the MMOs I play one kind of character or two. Most of the time I play a magic user, and in World of Warcraft it was a necromancer. And and
my,
it was
my go-to thing was a shaman.
Yeah, mine too.
I played a shaman too. Yeah.
Interesting.
For
I never played World of Warcraft because it is an MMO.
But see, that's the thing that they base the cow people, whatever they were called, on Native American loosely. But that's a big misnomer. In Native American culture, there's no such thing as a shaman. Now, there might be in some, I don't know, but all that I'm familiar with quite a bit. The shaman is not a North American term.
Yeah,
No, it is not. That's true. That's true.
but yeah, I played a gnome, and she had pink hair and pigtails, and she was short, and she had her minions going around, and she could kick
You
some
have
ass.
fun size. You have fun
Well,
size.
I mean, one of my characters in Final Fantasy 14 is a Lalafell, which is pretty similar. We have a Jace.
Potatoes.
Hey, our stream has been
He
raided.
plays a potato.
We got
I
a
usually
raid
say
from
Sierra.
Jace with cancel this podcast.
Hi,
Hey.
Jay.
Because now raids are required. So, but thanks for choosing my stream to raid. It's probably like, oh goddamn, he's the only one. Seriously, he's the only one on. I gotta do this.
We'll have to rate him too.
Yeah.
Hey,
I used to like.
don't be nasty. I don't rate you.
What did I say?
They would have to rate him too. That just sounds nasty.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
Rate his
does,
butt.
don't it?
That's okay. Ali was just thinking about the controller again and the rating.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, shh, you're turning Valkyria on.
I'm always on. What are you talking about?
There is no off. There's
Exactly.
only
It's
on.
always fully bricked.
Needed.
Yeah, there's only degrees of on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not on and off. It's
I
just
love
how
you
on.
guys.
Hey,
It's so much
thanks
fun.
for the raid. Seriously, thanks for that.
Thank you for the raid.
Cheers, mate.
And hi, everybody on Jace's podcast. Welcome to the
Hi.
Madhouse.
No,
Where we talk
Nobody's
about
driving
nowadays.
the bus.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've tried for a while now to get away from everybody thinking this was just, the crazy people, and oh, you come on here to fuck off because, well, we have camaraderie. We do talk and our stories do get out there. We're, that this particular stream anyway isn't about, it's not the fucking Jerry Springer show. This is a real production for entertaining people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we
It's a very
talked about
relaxing kind
real
of a
things.
stream, though, that everybody can get together and talk about different things and stuff like that. That's what I think, anyway.
I know. I used to like playing MMOs till they started making it more. Everybody treated it more like a military thing and about charts and numbers and everything. I just like to have fun with it.
But I do want to say, if you've joined this stream on Rumble, make sure to say something in chat. For one, it helps us be social. We do like to talk to the people in the chat. It also helps me with my metric with the Rumble Creator Program, which, they encourage you to say, try Rumble Premium. But that's up to you. But I would like you to say something in the chat.
Oh, Phoenix, you quit playing MMOs when I forced you to play my part in the raids. Because I was busy and
help
couldn't do it, so
myself.
I made people.
I really don't
Back
like
then,
it.
you start playing when you first got up, and you didn't get me to play whenever you had to go like cook or something like that.
Yeah, I know. I had to because I was stuck in raids all day. I had to do something.
Back then, you were highly addicted to World of Warcraft.
I know it was
I
awful.
will say that 14, Rhoda would probably be able to agree. Their rating is a whole lot different to World of Warcraft. Like you have to make sure you don't do mistakes, and if you do,
I've never
you
played
will get.
World of Warcraft, so I can't really compare them.
Yeah, Sarah, sorry.
It's simple. It's
Same
let's
here.
just say it's simpler to what 14 raids are. That's for sure.
Thank you, Jace. At one person listen. So thanks for that.
But
Here's the thing about World of
I
Warcraft.
thought about trying
It
Final
had
Fantasy
before.
14. Wasn't sure. I mean, I tried it once,
Mm.
and it was like I was in the city, and it was wonderful. I loved it, and then I went out, and it got a little bit confusing for me, the mechanics
no.
and everything. So
You're still talking about WoW, right?
No,
14.
Final Fantasy.
Oh no, I tried that one and I tried it twice or maybe 3 times. I couldn't get into it. I guess it was maybe overly cartoony feeling, maybe.
So
the fighting was a little rigid.
Well,
14 does have
kind of
better
don't have to
graphics.
do it
Oh,
like
sorry,
that.
Rhoda, go.
No, yeah. You kind of you can make it cartoony. You've got a lot of freedom with kind of what you do and how you do it. So there's just so many very, very different ways to play it. Like the way I play it's not really cartoony at all, unless you count Chocobo Racing.
That will be the run.
Well, and WoW came out, and at first, you had to find the dungeons, and then you had to tell the people where to locate it with you, and it was cartoony, but not overly cartoony. You still got a sense of things. But my impression of the Final Fantasy Online was like I don't know, it didn't feel real enough. It was maybe just a touch too cartoony, and plus the combat was a lot more rigid.
Well, they didn't have to burn the whole thing to the ground because it was shite and completely relaunch it again.
Yeah, Rebirth did
I don't know how long ago you're talking.
Here's the main issue that I have with MMOs. Not only are they social required, making deal with people like in the real world, and it feels crap to me. But furthermore, if you are a DPS, you will stand there and stab a creature in the butt for 15 minutes. It is boring.
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't know. I mean, I
what
play
the fuck
MMOs
is
and I don't
that?
ever interact with anybody except
Yeah, I was gonna
noise.
say you don't have to be social at
Yeah,
all.
I mean, I don't ever interact
Yeah,
with
well,
anybody.
I'm playing Where Winds Meet at the moment, and I'm playing it solo and with
Well,
my
that's not an
husband.
MMO.
Yeah, but it has MMO features.
No, it does not. It's not an MMO.
It is not, but it has features.
It has multiplayer, co-op.
No,
I'm very
there is a
confused.
difference between MMO, massive multi, and multiplayer. There's a difference. Like DDO, Dungeons and Dragons Online, is technically not an MMO.
Yeah.
It's instance. It's instance. You join people in instances to run dungeons. If it's open world and everybody's running together at the same time, that's a massive multiplayer online.
Yeah, like Guild Wars and
What
Guild
I'm
Wars
saying,
2.
you can, when you play Where Winds Meet, you can
It's
go
not an MMO. It is
in
classed as a
multiplayer, and
multiplayer.
there will be people everywhere.
Yeah, it's still classed as a multiplayer. That's not an MMO.
Yeah, there are
Okay,
ones
okay.
if you're in a hub. If you're just in a hub together, that still doesn't qualify it as an MMO. Because a lot of them
Okay,
you can see other people in the hub, but then it's instance once you leave the hub. Now I don't know this game you're talking about. I don't know how it is, but I'm just talking about what I know and how they classify MMO compared to others.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I was playing Lost Ark and Black Desert, which both are MMOs, and I really tried my best, but I didn't like it, and and I feel that Where Winds Meet does have some key points to MMO gaming in their style at times. I'm Maybe you're right. Maybe it is not an MMO at all, but it has some features of what I hate in MMOs. Even if I
Not
like this
not to
game very
be
much, I
not to be
really
mean or
do
anything,
like it.
but like I've
Well,
played a
wait,
lot of
we
MMOs,
need to
so I
play
understand that.
together,
Wait a
Ben.
minute, Lilith. Let Valkyria
No, no,
talk.
no. I was just saying, like, not to be mean or anything, but I have played MMOs pretty much majority of my whole entire life, so I do understand it. Same three noise, Ali as well, Phoenix. Well, I think pretty much nearly all of us, except for you, Lilith, have played MMOs for a bit at least,
Okay,
so we do
all my
understand
life,
it.
well,
So
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe
I was around before there were so much home computers, really. Before there was home internet, really. But shit, I remember playing some of the first early MMOs. But anyway, yeah, I get your point.
What
Yeah,
was that
I think
game?
you
I
do.
don't think it was an MMO, but what was that game that had? It was really depressing. It was an old game.
Life.
You know what?
Shadowgate, yes.
Wait,
Oh,
no, that was a
Oh,
single player offline. That was like an NES game. The one I remember anyway was the
yeah, that's the
NES.
one
It
I'm
was
talking
point
about.
and
It
click
wasn't
puzzle
an
game.
MMO, but it would suck you in like nothing else. And oh dear Lord, it was depressing. It came with a warning. It did. It did.
I'm sorry.
It did. It came with a warning. And I'm gonna tell you something else. It wasn't an
Do you
MMO,
recall? Do you recall the game? I think it was called Taboo. Do you recall that one?
yeah.
I think
Never
I would have.
again.
The
I
hardest
think I would
game
Never.
look
I
it up.
ever played was, I'm unsure. Was it Battletoads or was it Ninja Gaiden on the NES? Because I never beat either of them. They
And
are beyond my reach.
another game that I found kind of depressing was Diablo. And it wasn't the
Oh,
gameplay, it was
yeah, the butcher cut me up for years until I understood. Uh, here's the funny thing. I was a kid. I was a little kid,
mm,
and farming and
it,
grinding
oh no.
wasn't the thing people knew yet. I needed to figure that shit out myself. So yeah, I got caught up by the butcher like 200 times before
Oh,
I noticed and realized that I need to farm for better gear.
will not be
And
playing
then
this.
I progressed. Then I progressed, and
So,
I had fun.
so
That was
on
that
this,
was
what I'm sharing on screen, it was a NES game, Taboo, and they even banned it in some areas because they thought it was all satanic or or working with spirits. But
Hmm.
oh, I barely remember it, but it seemed like it was something like a Ouija board kind of deal.
Yeah, it was. It was a
Ooh.
virtual Ouija board.
And tarot card kind of deal.
I
Hmm.
want to play the Ouija board with you guys. That would be
No,
awesome.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm not doing the Ouija board.
You
Mm-mm.
scared?
You can go play with
Oh,
that shit by yourself. I'm not touching that crap.
Oh, look, after hearing what you did with the N64 controller, I don't know if I want to play any games with you.
no, absolutely
I
not.
should never have said this. I was too honest again. Yeah, the Rumble Pack
No, Lilith.
was useful.
Mm-mm. No, Lilith. No. Mm-mm. No. Absolutely not. No. We'll be having none of that on stream. No. No. I'd rather sit here and talk about Fudo than
Whoa!
that.
Yeah, imagine we're playing a multiplayer game with Lilith, and we're over the mic, right? And it's like, why didn't you help us out in that battle? And you just hear moaning and buzzing.
Yeah. Well, we're not playing with her anymore. Mm-mm.
Sometimes it's a good job you don't have a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's a good job that they have mute as well, so you
Yeah.
don't have to hear anything.
Friend with us. Mhm. We'd all be dead because they're like, Jesus Christ, Lilith. You had one job, one, and you couldn't even do that. You had one job.
Damn,
And that
it
was to
was
get
too
us out
funny.
of this damn crap we're in this game, and you couldn't even do that. I
I was
can just see
busy.
it. Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's a good time to move on to another topic. So
I'm so sorry.
so what this article is about is people's talking a lot of shit about the latest season of Stranger Things. Stranger Things 5 Volume 1 melts down. Fans say it's the worst season yet. Is melting down across the fandom. New batch of episodes is now lowest rated season on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences aren't shy about calling it the worst series has ever produced for the season. Both critics and fans say the final season stumbles hard. TikTok and X are flooded with rants, clips, breakdowns, dragging the writing, pacing, and tone. The reaction is consistent across the board. Volume 1 missed the mark. So yeah, some of these reactions are funny. Says this person says it's turned into Marvel slop, shit dialogue, crappy TikToky pacing and editing, and even worse. I honestly don't know how, but some of these actors got through some of these scenes recycled, nostalgia bait, and from past season manufactured tension. I don't
Oh,
know
that's so
what's
sad.
everybody else think here.
Here's the thing. I didn't watch it yet. My husband and me, we really enjoyed Stranger Things. Um, we even adapted some funny words like hun fu and cutie pie and shit like that. Uh, yeah, we didn't watch it yet. We didn't watch it yet, but
As
oh,
in,
this
watched it
nasty.
fully
I
through.
I haven't watched the entirety of it, but I can definitely say it's lowered in quality.
Oh,
Yeah.
I watched
so good.
I watched the first half of the first season, and then I kind of tailed off of it.
No, I watched it all, I only didn't see the new season. I really like the flower demon. I have a plushie of it in my bed.
We
Um,
don't want to know what you do with that plush either.
Nope, we really don't.
it guards my sleeping candy.
Here's somebody's clip kind of mocking it.
A related
If I
video,
get to
gotta go
play.
down and click the other one.
Okay.
Goddamn rules. It makes no goddamn sense. You jacked right into the goddamn control center. I have to tap into the goddamn hive mind. It makes perfect goddamn sense. I just needed to stop being so goddamn scared.
That's
Yeah, there is a lot of that. Yeah. So this person has a breakdown of some issues he
Stranger
finds
Things
with.
season 5 absolutely sucked. And I'm not a hater. I love the show. I grew up on the show. I'm convinced the writers were on a psilocybin mushroom as they were writing this, because what the fuck? Jonathan's gonna propose, Will has superpowers, Max is in a coma, but she also
Spoilers.
shifted her consciousness into the upside down into a memory. That makes sense. You guys remember in season 1 when like they had to go in the upside down to save Will and they had the whole suit on? They don't need a suit anymore. They can breathe. And I think we can all agree the most pointless and stupid fucking decision, excuse my language, the most stupid decision was bringing the girl back with the superpowers. Number 8, I think her name's, I couldn't even care. They brought her in for one episode in season 2 and they had no idea what they were going to do. They were not planning in season 2 to finish season 5 with her in it. They confirmed that. But they didn't want to make anybody mad. So instead, they brought her back in the last episode 4 of season 5, and now she's going to help the superhero team. This is the Avengers now. Will, 11, and the random other bitch are now going to help each other as the Avengers attack Vecna. And how does Will have the superpowers? Does that mean anybody in the Upside Down that had gargled up? Does that mean they also have superpowers? Everybody's a superhero. I don't understand what happened. Again, this is just my opinion. If you liked it, hooray. Amazing for you. I think it was enjoyable to watch. I laughed. I giggled. Okay, I had a fun time. But the thing is, story-wise, it sucks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with what they said so far. I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing, but so far, it's just bad.
There's another breakdown. Stranger Things 5 is going to age like milk. These episodes did not earn their runtime. Precious time is wasted on my feelings. Mary Suification, if you understand that reference.
Wow.
Power was inside you all along trope. This shit they do in this young adult fiction these days. Ridiculous nuclear level plot armor for heroes and villains so they can pad out more. And I'm not gonna click on that, read the rest, but you get the point.
Oh, that's so sad. I was looking forward to watching the last season with my honey.
To sum it up, it sounds like they Marvel-fied it. They turn it into Marvel slop.
Yeah.
No Disney, no Diddy, no Diddy.
Season 4 was really good. I really enjoyed it, especially the scene where Eddie Munson is playing the guitar and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was glorious. That was glorious. That was really
And I was
good.
hoping that since this is their last season of the show ever, they're wrapping the whole thing up. I was hoping it would be an epic ending like season 4. But no.
I did read that the last episode is going to be like more than an hour and a half long.
Yeah, they're gonna make it into like a movie. Now,
okay.
And they'll even be releasing the last episode in some theaters. So they're trying to make a big presentation of the last episode.
If I had to guess, they run into if I had to guess, they run into a problem with a lot of writers run into. They don't know how to finish the stories. They're just throwing a bunch of stuff in there and hoping for the best, just rushing it.
Well, like most endings, and I find this a disappointing trend, but they try to pull your heartstrings and try to force you to cry at the end of long-running shows. And like, why? You did everybody dirty. You killed everybody off. And why? Why would you end it like this?
Yeah.
Here's a funny thing that I want to ask Phoenix because he is a writer. Wouldn't you agree that when you write a story, the ending of the story is the most important thing? Not only that, it's the first thing you make. You invent a story and you know where it goes, and then you will take every ounce of your creative mind to make the journey to this end matter, but you know where it ends. So, what the fuck is up with so many people nowadays don't having an ending to their stories? That is the most important thing. That is the first one you
Well,
make.
if you TV, it's because the people that's broadcasting that buys it to play it says, "Oh, you're suddenly canceled," and they're like, "Oh, now we gotta rush real quick to throw together some sloppy ass ending."
Yeah, of course, there will be the corporate bullshit, the producer bullshit, of course, but from a creative standpoint, ignore the reality of things. Um, why would you even start the story when you don't know where it ends? Because every good writer knows where the story ends. It
Oh,
is
okay,
like a
I've been a
journey
writer, and
to
here's the
get
thing: you can't really plan too hard when writing because the writing takes on a life of its own, and then it no longer fits. It becomes its own thing.
That's true. That's true. But you will have your starting point and your end point,
Not
and that's
necessarily.
That
maybe
is
maybe
true. I mean, look at
okay.
the Dark Tower. That story takes all kind of twists and turns, and it's like Stephen King really didn't know how to end the story. Sometimes when you write stories, they take on a life of their own and they write themselves.
That's true, and that's actually very healthy. Um, Here's the thing. Um, you make characters on and you make the story and you let it act out itself based on what you created. But you need to have an endpoint. You need to have a conclusion of the story before you even write it. If you don't,
Well,
then it
that's
will
what we're
most
telling
likely
you.
fail.
That's what we're telling you. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes it will come out that way, and a lot of times it won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's then the difference in good stories and bad stories. Because the good stories, the people who write the good stories, they knew where the journey will go, while the bad writers will just go along and end up in their own ass and have no good ending. And even if they were
Well,
making
okay,
a
yes,
good
there are bad
journey,
writers
there's
who
no
make a mess of it, but I don't think that's determined on if they have a preset ending.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of different ways to write a story.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
that's
That's
like
good too.
King
I'm
started
sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
trend.
Tim.
Stephen King started the trend of kill your darlings. Don't be afraid to
Yeah,
kill your darlings.
yeah.
And I think that's bullshit.
No, no.
Because if I'm going to get
It is
invested,
powerful. It is
I mean,
powerful.
if I'm going to get invested in a story and they go and kill the main characters off, what the fuck did I waste my damn time for? You
No,
know,
no,
that's just
it is
ridiculous.
powerful. Remember Game of Thrones? Ned Stark died in the first season.
I
I
know, and
mean,
I
there was
hated
a
it.
TV show.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
so
If
we
you've
all
read the
hated
book,
it, but it was
if you've
powerful.
read the book, if you read the book of Game of Thrones, it
I did.
sucks. It
I
sucks.
did. I
I
did.
couldn't get
I
through it.
own all the books in German and English.
I
Okay,
could
I
not get
read
through
them
that book.
before I even I read most of the books
Yeah,
before I even watched the series.
as a TV production, it was done in high quality, and it was a long stretch, long running.
They fucked up
But
in season 4.
but I don't think it was good. When you look at it as a whole, it mostly was, it served the purpose of going, everybody's the worst kind of asshole, and here you're gonna take it. It's like, oh, you like this person, they're dead. You like this person, they're dead. You like this person, they did some shit that nobody should do. Now you don't like them no more. And it was just a long running series of that. Oh, you like these characters? They're cousins and they're fucking, you know.
Or brother and sister.
watched some of it.
brother fucking.
Like,
Go ahead, Rhoda. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. My best mate was really into it and was like watching it all the time. I watched like 3 or 4 episodes, and like for me it was just like way more violent than something I would watch to relax. You know, I just didn't like it. I thought it was well made, but I just like, I don't want to watch people fucking cutting each other's heads off and shagging each other.
Or,
you know?
or balls and dongs swinging in the camera.
If I want to do that, I can walk down the street.
Yeah, wear some lipstick.
Well, that's like that show. That's like that TV show Outlander.
Outlander. Oh,
Never.
Don't watch it. It's surprise sex everywhere.
Well,
I mean, they even had this episode where this woman was tied to a tree, and like 20 men took turns with her.
No.
That was more of a for a chick flick, sort of like for females more than really anything else.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought when I watched it.
Oh yeah. I believe it was, but they even had a scene, and clearly the woman that wrote it had a fetish on this. But even the man hero, the Scottish man, and he's like, you know, this all-around hero, even he gets surprise sexed. And I think the writer had a hard fetish on this.
Where the trauma from that scene scarred the actors a great deal.
Yeah. Okay. So
life.
this woman travels back in time to meet this man, and this happens, and then they get assaulted. He gets done that way. She gets done that way. Then her daughter from the future comes, and she gets done that way. And then the mother gets done that way by a whole group. And it's like, oh, fuck. No.
I
don't watch that.
I don't want to watch that. I really don't.
Well, that's almost the same as the TV show Spartacus as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot of blood cuts
Spartacus.
and penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Spartacus. To be honest.
And they don't just hint at it either. They get kind of graphic with it.
Yeah. Well, I had read,
awesome.
like I said, I had read where that particular scene that Noise was talking about had scarred the actors in real life. I mean, they had to go to therapy and everything. So there's something wrong.
Okay. They gone to therapy. Acting. Well, what about people who actually live that?
Wait a minute.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Clearly, we're not. People actually survived that, and that's horrific, obviously. But I think what happened with these actors is they're like, oh yeah, I can do that, but then it was way too real, like for their liking, and it kind of fucked with their head.
Yeah, it did. But there's a lot of people who like shows like that, but I won't watch them. I will
not watch this. I will not watch this. No, you cannot pay me to watch this. I will not watch this. No. Thank you for telling me that I don't need to watch this.
I'll watch the hell out of Hell's Kitchen just to see the chef yell at
he likes staring at a screen. He likes just staring at a screen like for hours on end. Like that.
I try to say stuff on here and I get interrupted every time.
Nobody hears you.
You got to talk over people.
Talking.
What?
You got to talk over people.
You need a Britney mic. You need a headset.
Yeah, I can't. When in all seriousness, when Phoenix goes to say something, I can't hear him. So I don't know if he's saying
when I talk on here, I talk louder than I should. That's because 99% of the time I'm having to interrupt or overtalk someone. It's to some extent that's just the nature of being on a panel like this.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry, Norris. I know I overtalk people. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do better.
It's fine, Lilith. You just have to work on it. That's all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
yeah, I
know.
mean, Phoenix, I can't. When you talk, I don't know if you're too far away from the mic or what it is, but I can barely hear you.
Let's see what
So
he has to say.
I know that myself, I would like to see like a Conan TV series based on the original books.
There was a Conan TV series, like a live action, but they had some random
Yeah, it
foreign
was
bodybuilder, and he sucked at it. And then the whole thing was a cheap, bad production. It was absolutely not worth watching.
But I'm talking about like a good one that's more faithful to the books and everything.
it won't
Oh, that
happen.
would be so glorious. I was seeing those movies as a kid, and I was sad they killed the fat snake, but else it was really good, like really good. It is one of my childhood
Well,
movies.
you have to understand. I believe the group he infiltrated were followers of Set or Seti, which is
Set.
A god
Ter-
that is represented by a serpent.
Mm.
And so yeah, that's why it had kind of that running theme in it.
Yeah, of course, of course. I understand this, of course. But yeah, I actually got a bit sad when they killed the fat snake because I was like,
God.
oh, that's such a cute snake. And then
What about spiders? Do you like spiders?
Yeah, I do like spiders.
Okay,
yeah.
well, there's a god of a spider in that universe as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm weird like that. I like animals
Well,
and creatures
the-
that most people don't.
The writer
most-
was around. He was doing it in Pulp Fiction around the same time that Lovecraft was, unless I'm mistaken. And a lot of those writers hung out together.
Yeah, they were friends.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think
They
so
just in
too.
person,
Yeah.
they shared like letters and everything.
Oh,
The
that's
Granite universe was actually, I thought it was actually pretty interesting. I do play the game as well because I think that's actually quite fun. Mainly because I can run around naked too, killing people. But no, the problem with if they had a TV show, they would have to get Conan, perfect, like a proper good actor,
Mhm.
like someone, like someone like Arnold who's got the muscles and all that sort of stuff, who can probably talk, like that as well. And that's another thing that helps with movies and TV shows is the right actor for the right job too.
Yeah,
Which
that's
actually-
absolutely
Right,
right.
yeah.
But the area Samaria was the Iran area. It was that area. It's since been renamed, but he is one of those people, or was, Conan the character, that is. It was one of those people.
Yeah.
And there is a theory
which,
that
most people don't know, which is very interesting.
Hang on, Lilith,
What,
let
Phoenix?
Phoenix say something.
there's a theory. I know now it's like really hot, but there was a theory every so many thousands of years. The noise knows it better. What was it called?
The polar flips. Anyway, old maps, like, that they can't really nail down the date. Super old maps had that part of the world covered in ice and snow, and the other part not. Now it's flipped. So yeah, the theory is that it flips, and where it's hot becomes cold and cold becomes hot. And so the writer, supposedly, when he was writing this character, he claimed he was having visions, and he wasn't just making it up. He was writing what came to him in visions. There's also, I'd heard anyway, that he killed himself because of this, because the visions wouldn't stop.
Wait, finally,
Oh. Yeah, I had heard that too. So it's and I think that's why the story is so good, is because he wrote it from his visions.
Yeah,
It
I
kind of
think-
makes
Very
sense too
interesting.
because magnetic poles do flip.
Hmm.
you do?
Yeah.
That,
Yes.
that happens in nature.
Yeah, I think if they did make a show of it, they should get that same guy that did that Primal TV show and make a cartoon of it.
Oh yeah, I
So
love
here's the thing.
Primal.
There really was a Samaria, and it was I forget, it was either Iraq or Iran. It was one of the two. I don't recall which one, but it was one of the two, and that used to be called Samaria.
Wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't the Coned kind of based on pre-existing cultures before, you know, we actually started to have our own empires and all that sort of stuff? Is that correct or not? I can't remember.
You mean before recorded history?
Yeah.
It's based way in the past at the Iberian Age, if I'm pronouncing that right. There's a bunch of books on it that he wrote a book about all the culture and everything of it on it too.
Mm. So now someone was telling me, like, I think it was either Lavisto or Vet Gamer. One of them were also discussing that sort of stuff as well, which is also interesting as well. Like I said, I do love the lore for Coned.
I don't really want to get into it, but Levistro thinks he's the Lord of all knowledge, and nobody else can know any better. The Lord, he said it. He said it. It's the word, and you cannot go against the word.
That's okay. It doesn't really matter.
Samaria was.
Dragon dildo.
Samaria is now called Iraq.
Yeah, here's the most funny thing that most people don't know: the myth of the Amazons, the warrior tribe of women. Actually, they were in Syria. They actually were there. That's where the myth comes from. Look it up if you want.
Right, before we get on to another topic entirely, I just want to dial a little bit back to where we were talking about writing earlier. Like, I don't really have any experience like writing stories like fiction, that kind of thing, but I've written like a lot of songs and like sometimes quite successfully, like been performed by live bands and things, even been on the radio a few times. So I do know a little bit about writing. And what I find is when I sit down to write, I can't. If I've got something that needs to be written, I have to find a notepad and a pen.
In my
Like
experience,
a computer won't do, a tablet won't do, a phone won't do. It has to be a physical pen and a physical piece of paper.
in my experience, the best time
spills out. I can't force
best
it.
time
It
to
just
write.
spills out.
In my experience, the best time to write is when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're hazy. You're still half in that dream realm that you know. That's when you will write your best shit.
Completely agree.
I found, like, for a role player, I know it's not exactly the same, but I do find that listening to music helps me as well, especially like the certain type of music. Like if I'm running like a battle scene, I'll try and find something that would actually represent that as in a song, which helps me as well.
Well, when you're writing like that and you're looking for things, if you got an idea in your head, it's kind of like when I paint and create art.
Yeah, you are
Technically like
too.
that.
I
It's
forgot.
like you enter into this fugue state where everything else disappears except what you're doing. And you will not stop until it's all out on paper or canvas or what you're sculpting or
No
something
more
like
hunger, no more diet, nothing like that. You will fucking paint and or draw or whatever you want to call it. You will do that till you almost die. Then you sleep 3 hours, you wake up and do it again. You will make this picture because it needs to be done.
Yeah, I think it's the same
It's in
thing.
your
It's
head.
like you. It's not like you're creating something. It's like the thing inside your mind you need to manifest it.
And then it makes itself when it's good.
Yeah, that's exactly
I
what I mean.
tried my hand at being a writer for a few years, and I just found it too taxing on me because I had to lock myself into it. Everything else didn't exist, and I had to be so locked in on it. It was fucking retarded, but it was purely demanding on your thought process, on your emotion, on your attention span. You had to let everything else go. That at least that was my way of doing it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. When I was I don't draw anymore. But when I was drawing pictures, when I was drawing my battlefields and stuff like that on paper, that was a mission. At times, I spent months at it. I was obsessed. Like I wake up and I draw again. I don't eat much. I don't sleep much. I don't care for anything but this picture, and I will put all my effort into it that I have to make the vision in my head be on paper.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. It's this desire to manifest the thing that you've envisioned inside of yourself.
Mm-hmm. The sad thing about it is, in my head, it's better than what I can do. That's a sad thing to behold, but that's the reality of things. What's
What's
in
bad
your
is like
head is
when you
not
go to
what your
sleep.
feel is.
What's bad is when you go to sleep and you get this image in your head and you got to do it, you got to get it out, or you get this poem or song lyric and you just cannot get it out of your head until
You
you
know, it
write
makes
it
me think
down.
of these people who fuck really ugly bitches or prostitutes. They're like, gotta get the poison out. I don't care. I just gotta get the poison out.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, it's a man
Oh, you
issue.
wouldn't know anything about that with your N64 controller.
Ew! Oh,
That's a
Lilith!
sex toy.
Oh dear.
Hey, sex toys are not being gross, okay?
Mental note for everybody:
Look,
don't
look,
play games with
that's
Lilith.
the funny thing. You know, I've met girls. They'd be like, "Look at my sex toy collection." They have a whole closet full, and then they pull out a box, and then they got a whole room full. And then the man goes, "Hey, I got one." They're like, "Ew, ew, oh my god!" And
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
No,
"Guys, you got a whole place full of them."
that's one of the
you
things
need to
that pisses me off
understand
the most in the world is
how
double standards.
hypocritical women are. You don't understand.
Yes, he
Women.
does.
Oh, okay, he does. But
Yeah, he does.
I'm talking to the audience and to the public. Women are really hypocritical, very fucking much. There is a reason why I have all male
Women
friends.
have a double
being different.
standard. That's the words you're looking for. Double standard.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
true.
true.
That's
This is
true.
very true.
I'm trying
They
my
are
best.
the other words you're looking for is women are hypocrites.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Here I am, almost fucking 42 years old, and having female friends is almost impossible to me.
You can't have female friends. That it just don't work.
No,
I
I've
mean,
even
I
seen cases
I
of
think you, Ellie, that you are my friend.
Well,
I
yeah.
like Miss
look,
Sparkles,
I
but
I've even seen cases
those
of
are exceptions, not the rule.
now not me directly, but I've seen cases of women. They'll be talking about the orgies they've been in and blah blah blah. And the man goes, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they got with a man once." And like I said, not me because fuck no. But I've seen this with other people, and they're like, "Ew, I don't go that way." Basically, they're up to doing whatever with whoever, whatever, right?
no,
But
that's
with a
not the
man, it's like if a man is even bi, they're like, "Ew, no, no, no."
Well, the thing is a lot of women have that double standard. But I look at it like this: if a woman can be bi, so can a man, and it shouldn't be judged. They cannot help the way they are. I mean, as long as you're not throwing it in
Okay,
people's
look,
faces and stuff.
I do get the thought process, and I'm straight as can be, but I do get the thought process of you don't like the thoughts of somebody's privates being put in a place where shit comes out of. Which, okay, think of it like this. There's a lot of people out there these days. In the past, it wasn't true. But these days, they're like, oh, they like eating ass and they like having their ass eaten. You go back to the 90s, these people would have had their asses beaten. They would have been institutionalized because you're tonguing the shithole. You're literally eating shit and you're loving it. You're loving having your shit eaten. And you might wipe, you might wash. That's the shithole. If there's gonna be shit anywhere, it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Sure, Dad.
No,
But
it's
here's
just
a question
it
I
just
need
never
to ask.
ceases to
Why
amaze me how
do
women can
so
be such
many
bitches to men that are bisexual. It's like, bitch, are you afraid of the damn competition? I mean, come on. Really?
Look, I've seen men be like,
here's the thing that I need
I've
to
seen men be like, they love getting their ass eaten out, and I'm like, you're gay. And they're like, I just like the way it feels.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're a man and you like things inserted into you, you do realize that means
You're just a
You
little
gay.
bit. Just a little bit. You need to own up to it. There's nothing
I
wrong
always
with it.
laugh. I always
Not really a little bit. It kind of like,
men
yeah,
talking
you are.
because
lot.
look, if you're gay, you're gay. Good for you. I really don't care, you know? I really don't care. But I don't like to see these fuckers who are in denial about it. I do hate to see that.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
no,
come on.
I'm not. I'm not at all.
Well, the thing is, Valkyria, is you got the right mentality about it. I mean, you're out in the open and you don't give a shit. And that's the way that people in denial need to be, because they're miserable with themselves and they make everybody around them miserable because they don't accept themselves for what and who they are.
I've seen some that are heavily in denial, but it's clear that what they want. But as a side effect of them being so heavily in denial, they are oversexed with females, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's because it's not getting it for them. It's not doing it for them. They're pushing it to the max limit, but they really want the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question to ask.
I've seen that. I've seen that in animals.
Come on, Ellie.
Where like cattle, certain my grandmother had a bull one time, and it went and raped a female calf. Why? Because it went around to every female in the herd, and it just wasn't getting it. And it went and got with a male. It was happy from then on.
Okay. So let's hear what Lilith was saying, but it's not fun getting interrupted and overtalked, is it?
Yeah, I was overtalked like 5 times. But I wasn't.
Keep counting. Keep counting. Is it 6 now?
Yeah, now it's 6. Here's the
7?
thing.
7? Can I get a 7? Can I get a 7?
Yeah, there will be 7.
Let me get 8. Let me get 8, 8,
7
8, 8.
is
I'm
perfect.
here.
7 is perfect. Here's the thing that I really don't understand. As a female, why do men like fuck the butt? I mean, seriously, that shit.
Yeah,
hurts.
I mean,
Really talking about
Well, I
that?
wouldn't say
I don't get that
you might
either.
want to
really
rephrase
don't.
that. Not all men.
Yeah, I will not claim that all men will do this.
Well, it's the
but
same as why do females like it as well.
yeah, I needed to learn to like it.
Ultimately, it's overdrive of the sex drive, which I believe most males go through. Some go further and they turn bi or whatever. Some go into weird ass fetishes, but ultimately I think it's just an overdrive of the sex drive.
Well, what I was told is it feels different. It is so tight. Oh, it's so good, and I just need to take it. I mean, this is a real thing.
But
Well,
it
there are
doesn't
things you
fulfill the
don't need to know
biological
about.
imperative. It doesn't make
Okay,
sense.
listen, a woman would have to be really sloppy for a man to prefer the other end. I'm not gonna get into all the details. I'll just say that.
Yeah, what kind
And
of
here it is.
I don't have a high body count at all, but I noticed that many men likes to fuck women's
I
ass.
just want to change the subject.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
so
okay,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
To
Let's
end that
not get too
subject,
anal about it.
okay, we'll not talk anymore about it. But as an end note, some women that's been around a lot are tight, and some women have not been around much at all are really fat and sloppy. That's just nature for you. Just like some men are itty bitty and some are not so itty bitty. It's just nature.
Yeah, it's just nature.
I better get up of here. I gotta get up at 5 in the morning. So
We intimidated them.
No, he's gonna go dream about all that stuff now.
You know, he's standing there going like, "Are they talking about my sloppy pussy live?"
Oh my
Good
goodness.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Catch him out. Enjoy yourself.
Bye bye.
Oh, this is so stupid.
I'm sorry I derailed things a bit. It's just
We know you're curious, Lilith.
no, it's not curious. It's just the reality of things.
Yeah.
Often
Well,
gets
that's people sure do get reality when they watch my stream because we're not like the usual talking heads. We delve into things that we absolutely shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delving into things that you absolutely shouldn't, apparently.
Yeah.
We are taboo,
Oh no, not the taboo.
but we are not near as taboo as that.
But
I know, right? That fringe looked really stupid.
I love this. I love you guys. I really do.
Okay, so I guess this is a good time to throw up another topic. Here we have this group I've not heard of, but maybe people in other parts of the world have. Trans girls banned from joining girl guiding. Has anyone heard of this girl guiding?
No.
Right. I need to jump into this from several angles. First of all, The Guardian is a newspaper in the UK which is very, very left-leaning, and we have a regular feature on Will's show where I mention whether or not the one copy that we stock has sold or not. And I take pleasure in throwing it away when I come in at 5 o'clock in the morning because it hasn't sold. And this is actually a thing over on WTF Live. Like, if I forget to mention it, they ask me whether it's sold or not and whether I got to throw it away. So this is absolutely fantastic. Girl guiding
so
is,
Rhoda, have you thrown away the latest
equivalent of
edition?
Scouts.
No, this time the man
Rhoda, have you thrown away the latest edition?
I didn't throw it away myself, but my manager did. Yes.
Okay,
See, I know things.
Yay!
And yeah, girl guiding is the female equivalent of Boy Scouts.
Oh,
okay. So yeah, you can tell this is a left-leaning article, but I'll get into it. But I just want to, in advance, point out my view. What I've noticed. And well, in this country anyway, the Boy Scouts, they allowed girls in. But guess what they never do? They don't ever allow it the opposite way. And I think this is another case here. This is kind of like going, oh, you're not going to let trans kids in? Why? They're boys. But are you going to let the girls in the boys version? Yeah, because males shouldn't have their own space. Think about that. This is no admitting that the trans are it's not really a thing. It's boys, and we can't allow them in this space.
I remember as far back as the 90s. We have another thing in the UK called working men's clubs.
No, that's not
and
good.
there were all these massive protests that women need to be allowed into working men's clubs, and eventually they got it. But there were never any protests about men should be allowed into the Women's Institute.
You know,
The
I was
WI.
tempted to make my channel when I first started it about men's rights, but people would be like, that's a hate group and that's hate speech. And I would have caught so much hell and I would have struggled and I decided against it, right? And here's the thing, I don't really want to be like men's rights, blah, blah, blah. I want to say equal rights. I want to say rights for us all. And that
How about
includes,
justice?
if you want to have a male space, you can have it. Just like a female space, they can have that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if I came at it, did a channel with such an angle, it would have been heaped on so hard it would have been crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're living
is
in a
true.
very weird time where speaking the truth and facts are punished, and sucking the Kool-Aid of the globalists is rewarded. It is
See,
just disgusting.
the problem with me saying equal rights is I would be saying men's rights a lot, because just where women have their rights cut off, I'm talking about in America, I suppose, right? Where is it that there's a space that women can't get into? Where is it that they have rights less than men? If I'm talking human equal rights and then it persists to gender, where exactly are women blocked off from?
Nowhere.
My point
Nowhere.
is, I would be saying equal rights, but it would always be men's rights. See what I'm saying?
I understand. Yes.
Yeah, I mean something again similar that was happening in the UK, like back in the George days, the BLM riots and all that. Teachers, literally school teachers, literally school teachers were getting fired for saying "all lives matter" instead of the slogan.
Yeah,
Like they replaced the word "black" with the word "all," and they got fired.
And that sucks. I mean, clearly I see where they're coming from. I would have tried to say life matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember this. I had a fat fight with my little sister, because of this, because I was saying every life matters, no matter the color, and she wasn't buying it. But she reformed.
Here's the angle. You could be like, yes, black lives do matter. I completely agree with you, which is why I think they should stop killing their own. And if you look at the official stats, there's more deaths by black to black or black to white. There's more deaths by blacks than anything else in this country. I'm speaking for this country. There's more
I'm aware.
deaths
I'm
and
aware.
violence and crime. And it's like, yes, black lives absolutely do matter. Let's focus on them mattering. Let's not, let's focus on, hey, we could all do better, including
Here's the perfect quote. 30% of the wizards cast more than 50% of the spells. Okay?
And here's the thing. I'm not here putting down on blacks. If you're black, you're just another person. You're cool. But if you're one of these that can't keep your pants up and go like, white boy, what you doing? And then looking for a package to grab on a porch or, what have you, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's some white people like that. There's some white people like that too. There's some Latinos like that. My point is the majority of the ones like that happens to be black.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're black. I care if you're a thug.
Yes,
seriously, look how they fucking acted. What is this chain called? White Castle? I mean, are you serious? I see videos of this shit every fucking day. I'm not American, okay? I'm not American, and
I wouldn't know that you weren't American.
But I see
that's the
this
thing.
so much.
Right now, we have a majority of non-Americans on here. You would have to be an American, and especially in the South, where there's the most number of blacks in the country, you would have to be here to understand where we're coming from. I mean, maybe we don't get, your immigration issues as much as you do. You don't get these issues as much as we do. You
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, I'm trying
there's a
to
lot
do
of them.
this.
There's not all of them, but there's a lot of them. They're absolute savages. They
Yeah,
you know they
saw the
like give
videos.
people AIDS on purpose. They steal from you, jump you at every turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
this is
what
very, very
I'm saying.
true. I mean, it's a big problem, and they're just
One that basically you're not allowed to speak on. Which
Yeah,
again,
I don't
I'm
care.
speaking on thug culture. I'm speaking on thug culture.
yeah, the thug
This
culture,
is not a racist thing in
itself.
the first place. It is never was. But yeah, it is like kind of an ideology. For me, looking from the outside in, so to speak, I actually do keep up with what they do, and I don't like it. It is horrible, and it makes people more divisive and racist, and it is stupid.
Well, yeah. To get back, kind of to my point. I mean, it started with this trans ban, but anyway, to get back to my point after that is, yes, Black Lives Matter. Let's start treating them like they matter in the appropriate way. Let's all start doing better.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
We all have to do better if we want to make a change.
yeah.
That's the way it works. The
That's true.
saying goes something like, "Be the change you want to see," or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very true because you cannot change other people. The only thing you can change is yourself.
Yeah.
So
Okay. If
fucking
if
go
you
ahead
run
and
into
do that.
somebody if you run into somebody going Black Lives Matter, there's a high chance they're gonna bash your head in or steal your
Yeah.
shit while yelling Black Lives
Mhm.
Matter. I suggest we go Black Lives Matter and mean it while going out to the community and doing helpful, nice things. And then you're like, hey, they really do matter.
Yeah, but it's
Here's the
all a
thing.
money grab. That's why they did this. That's why
Oh
they
yeah, yeah.
started that in the
There's
first
so
place.
many issues with this. Yes, yes. There was the money grab, of course. The Summer of Love, as it is called, was an atrocity. I at times don't believe that things are real that are happening, but reality, you need to accept it, even if it's nasty. You need to just accept reality, even if it's nasty as fuck. Oh my god, this was really bad. Remember Rittenhouse? He was just defending his own life.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, the only thing that we can do, I think, is be the best that we can be and be the change that we want to see. And slowly but surely it will ripple out into everything.
That's
And
Mm-hmm.
that's
hopeful
all we can
thinking.
do. I mean,
Yeah, but you're true. You're true saying this. Um, because it is actually the only thing we can do. Because the only person you have total control over is yourself. So yeah, of course you are true. But will it matter? That's the question I ask every
well,
day.
yeah, it matters. Even if it's just a small, even if it's just a small thing, it always matters. It matters
Yeah,
to
if
somebody.
if you help an old lady across the street, I
I do
mean,
that.
the local pub landlord's not going to get richer, but it's made her day.
Yeah.
I'm always like that. I don't know why. I'm very violent and evil person at times, but end of the day, what really makes my day is helping others.
Well,
Just
from my
because of
own perspective, I don't work well with others. Look, people see me and they generally think that's an asshole. And maybe I put off that vibe. I want to put good energies out there. I want to do good things, but it's hard when people's initial view of you is that. And so suddenly they're guarded, they're ready for an attack, and it stops you in place. Yes, I can be those things, absolutely. And I've admitted it. sometimes I lose my shit on people a little bit. I was like, oh fuck, I really shouldn't have done that, and I didn't really mean it like that. It happens, right? But ultimately, I don't mean any harm to anyone.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
I
the
mean,
funny thing. We
that's
all
being a human being. You know, everybody has those moments.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. I think that Noise and me are kind of similar because we are able to dish out real harm, real violence, and death, but we don't wanna. We wanna help people. We wanna be kind and good, but this world, for some reason, doesn't like us because we are not in a man cave.
Well,
It
it's
is
just the way the
weird.
world works.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
You're
is.
not
It
going
is
to change it.
actually weird. If you think about it, it is actually weird that the most kindest people are the ones who are most despised. Isn't that funny? You ever
Well,
think about that?
I used to always say, people like me till they find out I'm unstable. And that is a lyric from an ICP song, but it also very much applies to me. Now, yeah, I have my moments where I just fuck up. I fuck up, but I'm not a bad person. I just kind of fuck up sometimes. And
Yeah,
most people, a lot of people do that. Not everyone can admit it.
yeah.
True.
That's the most important thing. Is having self-reflection and being true. Saying, okay, yeah, I did fuck up. I was making a mistake. I was doing some bad shit. Um, being self-reflective is the basis for being a fucking adult in the first place, and that's what's missing in the newer generations. Like for real, okay? They don't get that at all. They never had a fucking hard life. They never had experiences that make them shape. And furthermore, they never reflected on themselves. That is
Well,
fucking
yeah. Well,
ridiculous.
see, usually when I do fuck up and be a real ass to someone, it's not for no reason. It's because of their fuck up. The thing is, I come forth and be like, yeah, sometimes I do that, but do I hear anything back? Hell no, because they will never own up. Never.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
the
very
thing
sad.
is me personally, I fuck up all the time, and it's like, oh shit, it's like, oh God, I
It's
can't believe I
human
did that.
nature to fuck up. We were built to fuck up. I mean, we think as a human species that we are so smart, but we're not. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. We are not that smart. And fucking own up to your mistakes, learn
And
from them, and try to improve.
and I have
It's not hard.
yeah, and I have told a lot of stuff about myself and my life on a stream and shouldn't have, but I did, because we would have these super long talks and these things come out. But I believe there's a lot of people who just don't believe it. There's people who live their life experience is all safe and comfortable and shit, and they're like,
Mm,
that's for the majority of my life. This has simply not been true, and it's kind of like you could take a fucking cat out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the cat, and that's kind of me. I'm always gonna have these mean streaks in me, unfortunately.
no, no,
So what you're saying is that if I pat you, you're gonna purr.
You'll lose a hand.
Sorry, no, I had to say that.
okay, that was good.
Oh my goodness.
I love you
Well,
guys
I
so
think
much.
that's what makes this channel a lot different than others is the others are trying to put on a show for people, and that's okay. I mean, if that's their thing, that's fine.
We're trying to put on a show too, but we're trying to bring the most genuine to it. The most real, the realest, right? You
Yeah,
know,
that's
this is
what I'm
not just a
saying.
show. This is heart to heart talks we're having.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. This show here is a little bit different because everybody tries to be real with each other and
Mm.
open and honest and all that kind of stuff. It's not just a show, it's reality as it stands from
Yeah,
different points of
see,
view.
it's therapy, and you all owe me a lot of money.
That's true. Actually, noise is real. Um, this stream for someone who is troubled is more wholesome and more viable than going to therapy at some piece of shit that knows nothing about life, who has a degree and has a job and doesn't fucking do any benefits. I mean, here's the
Well,
thing. I was
I'm
forced.
not
I was
gonna knock
no, no, no.
therapy
Let me
because
finish. Let me finish, please, please. I know I'm demanding at the moment, but here's the thing. I was forced to do therapy. I was forced to go to psychiatrists, and they don't know shit about fuck because they didn't live a real life. Here's the thing, noise. You, Elijah, you lived a real life. You have actual advice to give, actual wisdom. And Rhoda, I mean, we are kind of in the same boat. But yeah, we could give advice to some people because we also lived through betrayal and things like that.
Yeah, I've been put through therapy a few times and all.
Mm, mm,
Well, yeah,
mm.
okay, yeah. Therapists might go, "Oh, well, how are you in this situation? Do you enjoy this punishment you get? Why don't you get out of it?" It's like, bitch, clearly you've not ever. It's not so easy as, oh, yeah, yeah. I don't like it, therefore I'm out, and I fucking fixed it. Clearly, you've never been there, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
well,
that's the thing.
a lot of people go to therapy because they don't have anybody else to talk to.
Oh, that's
And
so I talked
I
to
mean, I
Jordan
don't want
about.
to knock therapists. Well, that's not exactly true. Therapists are what you go to
Therapists are
before.
they're therapists are just busy mouths. They're fluff. But
Yeah.
psychiatrists, on the other hand, I think every psychiatrist is a nutcase. Everyone I've ever met was
Yeah,
just
yeah, they are
bonkers.
fucking
Well, except
insane.
for that one from Lithuania, I think. He was good. And he looked just like
There
I
will be
didn't
some.
I didn't talk with him. You know, I just like, yeah, give me stuff. You know, I didn't really talk with
yeah.
him.
Yeah, but he was the one he generally tried to understand where the person was coming from.
No, no,
You know.
don't get me wrong. There will be some therapists or psychiatrists that actually earn their name and their profession, and they will do a good job, but they are the exception, not the rule. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That
I
is
know a
true.
lot of people who like employers and that, and they will not even consider employing somebody with a degree because they know that they've been in school essentially until they're 30 and they've got no life experience and they can't think on their feet. They're more likely to employ a high school dropout who's got
Hmm.
an employment history.
That is true.
Mm, I'm a high
And then
school
you run
dropout.
into the thing where you can't get work experience if nobody will hire you. I mean, that's the way it is
Well,
here in the US. And then you
wait,
can't get
Hmm.
that if you
yeah,
don't have an
wait.
education. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
unless you got 10 years experience and 2 degrees, you can't get the more than a minimum wage job.
mhm.
Whereas the minimum wage jobs, they don't want to hire white people because the you
Okay,
know, like the
that's
fast food
really
places
good.
are all filled with black people, right? So if a white person gets in there, they're,
Oh,
oh
that's
fuck,
why
they're in the
there are
lion's
so many
den.
skirmishes in the
They're
fucking
they're in the lion's den, and they're like, well, I've heard it both ways. That basically that they love when a white person applies for a job because it don't normally happen. And then I've heard it the other way where they don't want the white people because it's an all black environment. So the point is, most of those jobs are taken by non-white people.
Mhm.
Whereas the other jobs have impossible requirements. I mean, how are you going to have like 2 degrees and 10 or 15 years experience? You know, and how are you going to have that if you can't get a job in the first place?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
true.
is a
So
broken
it's like
system
a
in
never-ending cycle,
yeah,
and
it is.
I'm
It
not
is.
sure how it
Yeah, they
is
want a
in Europe.
25-year-old with 30 years of experience.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to tell you something. Here in Austria, if you are a high school dropout, what you would call it in the USA, you're fucked. You are literally fucked because most of the jobs would require you finish the high school. If you didn't do that, the only things you can do is factory work, being a waiter, um, meaning being in the gastronomic industry, which sucks ass, um, or shit like that. You are very limited instantly.
No, it's that way everywhere. You know, even a grunt job will want you to have a high school diploma. You have to get the real grunt jobs if you don't have one. But I don't know about now, but I know in my time, the illegals had all those jobs. I
Mm,
went in a place and it was full of illegals. Like, I mean, jam packed full.
that's
And
true. That's so true.
I went in and I had 4 forms of ID, 4 forms, and they're like, it's not enough. And by law, it was enough. 3 it was enough technically. And I looked around and they're like, nobody's speaking English. Nobody's white. I'm sure they didn't have 4 plus forms of ID.
They
It
probably
was
didn't have
literally,
one.
yeah, they wanted to
It's
hire the
not
illegals so they could pay them pennies on the dollar, and they wouldn't hire anybody else as a result.
Yeah, of course, because
So yeah,
if you
back to
are
my point is you had to go for the absolute most grunt jobs if you didn't have a diploma, but those you were knocked out of because the illegals. So
Mm.
that's one reason whites don't so much have these grunt jobs is because they can't get in there.
Mm-hmm.
it's so true. It's so true. That even applies to Austria. It really does. Um, it really fucking does.
And
Because
let me
the
just be
former,
clear to the
former
viewers.
will
I
push
am
your
not
ass.
I am not espousing any kind of white supremacist. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you the reality that I faced when I went out to the job market. That's all I'm saying. If you take offense to that, I can't help it. But that was my reality. That was my lived reality.
Yeah, well, I'm half Asian and half white, and yeah, I can attest to this. It is just a fact that employers will take cheap labor over citizens. That's just a true fact.
Well, yeah, it was in I don't know the early to mid '90s. I was working this factory job, and you know it was
I was
whites
in
back
factory
then. You
too.
know, whites and few blacks, right? Majority whites, probably like 25 or so percent blacks. Uh, well, they started bringing in like 40 people a day that couldn't speak English. They could utter a few words, right? And these were you know, Spanish descent, you know, Latino
That's not
people,
bad.
and they were in there going like, how much I make 5, and then, you know, somebody said 5, which back then that was above minimum wage. We were, you know, it was a good paying job for the time, and they were like 5 a day, 5 a day, and you'd be like, no, an hour. They didn't know how much money they were getting. They probably were paid in cash a lot less than the rest of us were getting paid. But within a week, it became majority white to a majority illegal Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
No,
Yeah, I'm on here
what
saying
can
all the
what
shit.
can I say? We are fucked as a human species.
I'm on here saying all the shit to ensure I get stricken from the internet. It's like, oh, man, right, anti-immigrant, black stuff. It's like, oh fuck, I just painted a big ass target on me.
Yeah, but,
I mean,
did you not tell the truth?
oh, I'm here to only tell the truth, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like, you know, it's not like I get 1,000 viewers. You know, I mean, it's like I'm a little no shit channel that barely gets an ounce of attention. Is like, yeah, that's probably the reason they're not striking me.
That's the weird thing about it all, if you think about it. The people, the more they tell the truth, the more they are real, the lesser they are concerned about and even attacked at times. It is really interesting to see the reality of things, because here we are, just some friends hanging out, being a bit of drunk maybe. I mean, I'm drunk at least, but we are talking real things and real matters, and then we will get punished for it.
The
Instead
only
of
thing
elevated.
I got in me is caffeine, I believe.
Okay, you on the coffees now. Okay.
I know everybody sees me and they're like, "Oh, he's so stoned."
No, no, no. I did not say that. I don't.
I'm not talking
say
about
that.
you. You know, I mean, that's the when a new person watches, they think I'm the most stoned motherfucker they ever seen. Like I'm just so out of it. It's not true whatsoever.
And I know this because I actually think I know your soul. I mean, maybe I'm overreaching. Maybe. But I think I know your soul. That's why I stick with you, because you are, compared to most people online, are actually good people. You actually have something to say. You have actually real life experience. You are not fake. That's the thing. You are not fake. And I appreciate that very much so.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, there's just too many people who don't want to rock the boat. They want to stay neutral.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Scaredy cat.
I rocked the boat by trying to stay neutral.
Yeah, that's an achievement in
Yeah.
itself, I guess.
Look, I get you don't like somebody doesn't want to make unnecessary drama, but
Yeah.
here we all are. We're coming on the internet bitching about the things that we have a problem with. But has anyone like truly made any kind of stand? I mean, if you can't make the smallest little thing that might rock the boat a little, what are you doing coming on bitching? That just makes you a whiny ass crybaby if you don't have the backbone to take a stand on anything.
I have
Absolutely.
backbone.
Like I mean, it's been a steep learning curve for me, really. But I'm getting there. I'm really getting there.
No one. You can hate me for what I write. You can hate me for my voice. You can hate me for many reasons, but never, ever assume that I don't have a backbone. My backbone is made of titanium. I will stand with people I like, and I will say what I think, and I will stand by it. I never, ever deleted a comment.
Just
No
say
matter
it quickly.
how
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are. It's like you can hate me
Well,
for
I
what
was
I say.
ranting.
You
Yes.
can,
Honestly,
you
I'm
can
almost
hate
falling
me for,
asleep.
but never, ever, ever hate me for not having a backbone.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
all
are
falling
funny.
asleep as Oh.
Yeah, we're invertebrate intolerant.
So we're falling asleep waiting on Lilith to
Yeah, I
finish
mean,
what
yeah.
she's saying.
I'm not encouraging anyone to start a war with anybody. I'm just saying,
No.
sometimes you should stand up for yourself primarily, and that means the injustices that people try to put on you, when you're being mistreated. That it means everything really, whether it be the video game industry or it's like I don't support what they're doing on this movie, but I'm gonna go see it anyway. Or somebody's an asshole to you on the internet. Be like, no, just no. I'm done. I'm so done. And stick
Well,
with it.
I have a big problem. I'll get mad. First, I'll get mad. That's what happens is I'll be in a situation and then I'll get pissed off and then I'll say some shit that before I can help myself. And then I have to, there's this whole bunch of shit going around. And I have to learn, me personally, I have to learn to take a step back and look at the whole situation instead of getting pissed off first and saying whatever and then going,
you were right.
oh crap, I was really rude to these people. And
Well, I never knew
that
there were so many people on the internet that had so low self-esteem. And I am genuinely not trying to insult anyone here. I'm telling you my observations, my own personal observations, in which I can only compare to myself because that's the only thing that any of us can do, right?
People are weak.
I see low self-esteem, low willpower, and I'm saying this because I want to encourage them to be stronger. That's my point. It's not an insult, it's an encouragement.
Mm-hmm. You did very well in this endeavor, but you need to realize a simple fact about human nature, which I was studying all my life. Humans are ruled by fear. That's why they act this way. It's sad.
Okay, so
but
I'm
it's reality.
gonna bring up something on a happier note. So check this out.
I'm sorry. I'm a black boy. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it says Washington's news anchor loses it over a drunk raccoon that trashed a liquor store and passed out in the employee bathroom. Yes, this really happened.
What?
Yeah.
New at 5, an unusual call at an ABC store in Central Virginia.
It happened Saturday in Ashland, and according to social media posts by Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter, a raccoon broke into the store the night of Black Friday and ransacked several shelves. They have masks, don't they? The animal became intoxicated and passed out in the bathroom. The sleeping raccoon was discovered Saturday morning.
Right near the toilet. We've all been there probably at some point in our lives, right?
A little too much.
An officer brought the masked bandit back to the county animal shelter to recover. So yes, that's a lot of liqueur for a little raccoon there. The raccoon slept it off for a few hours and showed no signs of injury. Bounced back. Officers released the raccoon back into the wild.
That's awesome. So we've gone from trash panda to trashed panda.
Yeah.
Here we have another news article on it.
All right, well, listen to this. Almost unbelievable. This is out of Ashland, Virginia. It's a story that's just going viral. Animal control officers say a raccoon broke into an ABC store, ransacked the shelves, and eventually passed out in the employee bathroom.
Officials estimate about $250 worth of liquor was damaged before the animal was taken into custody. After sobering up, the raccoon was released back into the wild, but not before photos of the incident spread quickly online for good reason. Neighbors say this may not be the raccoon's first break-in, with a nearby business reporting a similar encounter. Now, the mischievous mammal has become a local legend and a viral sensation.
I bet you woke up feeling a bit furry.
You can't make this stuff up.
He tried to make it to the bathroom.
He enjoys the Christmas parties, I guess, a little too much.
Raccoons just are too comfortable with us.
I know.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Some stories on it recently, too.
Well,
That's
the
actually
thing
really
is
hilarious.
about that, animals will do that.
Because I can
No,
tell
no,
you
no.
from experience that my pugs are winos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean these
This
pugs they
raccoon is
love any kind of
so weird.
alcohol, but their
Mhm.
favorite is wine.
Yeah.
Is
And if
it?
Well, my,
I'll
my,
give
my
them
nana
just a
had a cat
touch.
and he
Yeah, but
ate a
okay,
cherry
don't get
trifle.
me wrong. We don't give them liquor, but they
No.
will. They know you have it. They're gonna come running for it.
They steal it.
I know.
Yeah, they will be
It's
stealing.
Yeah.
awful. We have to put it all up so they can't reach it because if it's on the table, they'll jump on the table to get to it.
I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
So I have to
my,
put
my,
it
my
way up
nana's
high
cat
so they can't
made
get it.
his way onto the worktop. I managed to eat a trifle that had sherry in it, and he just walked along and just fell on the floor and passed out and just laid there for an hour. This is when I was really little, but I remember it quite
Yeah,
vividly.
there's cases of this in the animal kingdom, like fish that will eat other fish to get the toxins from them to get high on. Then you'll have like raccoons and squirrels that go after fermented stuff and then eat it to get drunk. And you might occasionally see one out drunk. This naturally occurs.
Oh,
There is
there was
nothing
another one as
worse.
well. My mum's husband was smoking weed in the bathtub, and the cat walked in and just like sat on the edge of the bathtub as he would, and he was just inhaling everything, and he eventually went and just fell into the bath. Again, I didn't actually see this. I was just told it. Obviously, I wasn't in the bathroom, but I was told this.
There is nothing worse than drunk pugs because they turn
No.
into little sumo wrestlers.
It
They get
reminds
mad
me
at each other and they want to fight each other.
My uncle that recently died a few months before then took a trip with him to Michigan, 2 different vehicles. Well, when we would stop, he would stand outside my window talking to my father, and he kept offering me weed, and I'm like, nah, I don't really do that, right? They'd stand there talking, puffing on that weed, and I was getting high because he was right there, just puffing on that shit. And I think he knew that. I think he knew that.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
He was getting me high.
Yeah, secondhand almost affects you more because it's kind of like you're not doing it yourself, so your body's not expecting it. Like I can like if I'm at a festival or like a motor race or something, and there's people that are like in the next to me who are having a nice smoke, and I can smell it, then I'm gonna be like really quick. Oh, and like not like I have for about 3 or 4 years, but if I was to have one myself, like because I'm prepared for it, I'll be absolutely fine for about 3 or 4 hours before it even affects me.
Well, that's
But
like when
if
me
it's
and-
coming from someone else, then boom.
Well, that's like when me and Noise went to the Ozfest. The only way we found it was we sniffed out the weed and followed the smell because we were very lost.
No, okay. The first Ozfest I went to, this is before I met you. We got lost, couldn't find it. So we noticed like way off in the distance a literal mushroom cloud. And it was like, there it is.
Yeah, man. It's
Oh,
worse in an indoor venue, like the only Ozfest I've been to was what's it called, the O2 Arena in London. I think it was like 2012 2013 or something, but it was I think Steel Panther were opening and Ozzy's solo band were headlining.
So by that point,
killer
Ozzy
gig,
slowed
by the
down a lot. My first one was maybe the early 90s. So I didn't have a ride, so I got a ride, and they had to wait for the concert to be over for me to come out, right? There was no place to park. The whole way there was people pissing on the side of the road and doing drugs everywhere. You could find the way by the people going fucking nuts along the way, right? and we had to go about 250 miles one way to get there because, like I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I have to go forever to get anywhere. But they parked like 2 miles away, and the sound from the concert made their windows in their car pulse in and out like they were about to pop.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, because I lived in Reading for a while, and what one time when Reading Festival was on, I think it was Eminem was headlining, and like I there was a problem with my car, so I was on the bus. So I got the bus back to Reading from work, and had to like walk home from the bus station. I like walking up that hill. You could like in like pretty much the town center. I was on the cusp of Reading and Whitley, so that's like you have to walk through the town center to get there, and it was so that like you may as well have actually been at the festival, except you couldn't see. Like what you could hear, you may as well have been at the gig. I mean, I'm talking like 11 o'clock at night here.
This one
If you
was
are
in
at a music festival and there is no wall of death and there is no mosh pit, you were not at the music festival.
This one was in Birmingham, Alabama, which, the first thing that Ozzy said was he was from Birmingham, England. Well, all the other bands played, and he played, and then he was on stage for multiple hours longer than he was supposed to. I think it was only supposed to be on for 2 hours. He was on for 8 hours straight. The officials had left town. All the cops, they literally left town because there was so much violence. So I guess somebody got hurt. They brought an ambulance into where the people were. And there I watched it. They flipped it and then exploded it. There were rival gangs fighting, and this was like 40 to 50,000 people, and they were overflowing out of the concert area. So yeah, Ozzy kept, I don't know, I guess he was high on something, but he went 8 hours doing his act for 8 hours straight.
Okay, now.
Oh, that's
I mean, like I've seen him twice. Once with his solo band, and once with Black Sabbath.
I'm sad to say I never saw Ozzy live. I never did.
But both times I saw him, he was fantastic.
Yeah, of course he is.
At that concert, there was a biker gang. It was, I don't know, there was maybe 30 of them.
I feel like
everybody had assigned seats, but nobody, was sitting down, obviously. But some people started standing on the tip tops of the seat, which you had to balance, right? And they made everybody have to do it. So this biker gang was standing on the tip top of their seat, and I got up and I stood up, and I started to fall, and I knocked down one of the bikers, and the whole fucking row of bikers went like dominoes, just falling.
Damn.
To tell me they found it funny.
Yeah, they didn't get mad, but everybody there was high. You didn't have to go there with drugs or get drugs. You just had to be there. You being there, like I said, mushroom cloud. You just being there, you were high.
Yeah.
There were women throwing their shirts off, bare breasted, fucking everywhere. Every man that approached the stage got the shit beat out of them and tossed out. Every woman came up and kissed on Ozzy and all this, and then they were fine with that for a couple minutes. It was one of the wildest times that you'd experience out in a public place.
That's the nice memories. I know. I always
and I couldn't hear for 2 or 3 days after. I couldn't hear shit.
Okay, that's glorious. That's just too good.
Yeah, I've been to other concerts, right? And I was like, this is fucking pitiful. I've been to an Ozfest in the 90s, and that's nothing compares. I mean, nothing. The Ozfest I went to afterwards didn't compare. This shit was on a whole new level.
Here's the thing. I was on many concerts and many long party kind of deals, I was walking and whatever it's called, bullshit. But there was one in Croatia, and it was kind of a secret one, and it had bands that are not known too much. It was mostly black metal. That shit was the tits. I mean, there was a waterfall and lake behind us. It was an like they made a fucking concert in a protected area of space of nature. It was glorious. That was the best one I ever went to. I was so fucking stoned all the time, but it was
Uh,
just over the
the
top
the
glorious.
the last Aussie concert, Ozfest, I went to in the early 2000s. Wasn't near as wild, but there was one thing I seen that it definitely rubbed me the wrong way. There'd be these young girls, maybe young teens, and they would do the crowd surf thing. They'd rip their clothes off of them and touch them all over in
Yeah,
every
that's
way.
gross.
Well, the thing is, when the girl finally got sit down, well, usually they just dropped her ass. I called a few, but uh, the girl didn't mind whatsoever, and I'm thinking, God damn,
What's
this is a
wrong with
messed
you?
up culture. This is a messed up culture, you know. And these girls were like, they had to been in their young teens.
No, I would never do that. That's gross.
Yeah, they wanted to go again.
No, that's just gross. Um, here's the thing. Where is decency in women anymore? I mean,
It left.
I'm starting to feeling like that I'm like a nun or something
Where's the
because I
decency in
don't have.
anyone when they're talking about eating ass?
Ugh. Ew. Ew. Ew.
Oh yeah, Doggo sticking his nose in the poo in more ways than one.
You know, the birthday comes around and it's like, get them a a bag of shit. Oh, you seem to like this.
But I actually do have a real issue with the newer generations of women because they don't compare to me at all, and I don't understand what did their parents fucking teach them. I mean, they're just sluts. I mean,
How to make money on OnlyFans, I suppose.
yeah, I hate OnlyFans. Why would you do that? I mean, what's wrong with you? I don't
Well,
understand.
it's unfortunate that it's an option now because you get a lot of young, naive girls who see that some women become millionaires on it, and they're like, I mean, in the late '90s, early 2000s, everybody's like, "I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna be a famous rapper." And then it became, "I'm gonna be an influencer," and then it became, "I'm gonna do OnlyFans." These options are warping people's minds. I come on here, I know I'm not influencing millions of people and have all these endorsements. I made connections here, and that's why I do it. Keep up with some of you, right? And we have good talks. But the point is they have these options, and these options are painting pictures which simply are not true.
But here's the question I would ask. Why would you sell your body? I mean, I don't understand this concept at all.
Because it's all they have to offer.
But
It's also
it's
the
not.
path of least resistance. It's
But
the
it's
quickest,
wrong.
easiest way that they can get something.
But
And the thing about it is it also goes back into the culture because they're getting fed from everything that they see that it's okay to do
no,
those
it's
kind of
not
things.
okay. I
Well, no,
wouldn't.
it's not,
You
but
couldn't pay me
Okay.
money
to them
to
it
do this.
is.
Hey, would I become
No,
popular
no, no, no.
if I told the people out there watching not to show my butthole? Because I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Hey, you know what I'll do? I'll show his butthole.
Ah.
You don't want to. You don't want to do that.
Was it like inflamed? It looks like a red donut now.
Overused.
No.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little thingy up there, keeping it all nice and ready.
This got real weird real fast.
This is what happens when you put me up full screen. I'm gonna make it as weird as possible.
Well, yeah, that's what you're
Well
that's what
done.
you're known for.
Well done.
Is getting real
To a
weird.
point.
Real
I don't
fast.
want to get
To
noise.
a point. I mean,
Channel.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's limits to everything, and even somebody with a lot of kinks, like or whatever,
No, kings are not
they're
wrong.
sane enough to draw a line to where, okay, this is what I will not do.
Here's the thing. I think that people are allowed to do whatever they want. In the sense of that it is consensual. But
Completely unrelated to this topic. Thank God. I'll just make a quick public declaration. I am not anyone's enemy out there. If you have me that way, painted that way in your mind, or misconception of what have you, it is not true. I am not competition. I am not on the other line of something. I am not your enemy. And I just want that to be out there. I am not holding in anybody in any such regard in that way. I really don't care. Just go do you. I don't care.
Yeah.
I second that.
It's like you do you. It's whatever.
Yeah,
You're
very
just
true.
here
Very
like
true.
everybody else on YouTube, for something to do and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you do you as much as you want. Keep it to yourself. If not, I'm just gonna use my food cock and slap across your face.
And if you do it too much, you're gonna have a sore throat like Valkyria.
Yeah, sorry, my voice is still bad. I was in a coughing minute, so
No, I think your voice.
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm all good.
Okay.
I was just coughing, that's all, and it just fucks my voice up.
He's testing his limits and trying to learn his new limits.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens. You get a coughing fit or a sneeze.
Really,
Can't
you hate
stop.
when that
God,
just wrong.
I do. We'll try not to get you laughing too much, or it'll make you have a coughing fit that much more.
That's okay. I got my dog next to me as well.
Oh.
Why
Well,
does
Miss
he-
Shirley is asleep, so that's why she's not making her camera debut. She's asleep. She says, fuck all this internet bullshit. I'm going to bed. I am going to bed, she said. And she did.
Well, I'm avoiding these ultra long shows like I previously did, so I think this is a good time to wrap it up. But before I do, I'm gonna try to find somebody on Rumble to. I hate to say it's to raid because it sounds funny. He's like, I'm gonna raid this person. Yeah,
We're gonna raid that asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've never done that before. So how does that work?
Raided someone's
Well,
asshole.
the receiver gets in position, right? Okay, then the giver gets moving.
I knew better. That I should have known not to ask you people. I should have known.
And then it depends on how tight it is, depending on how.
Get me giggling. I'm gonna start
And,
snorting.
okay, here's the thing: they can't know
I
it's
did
coming.
make your peace noise.
Listen, they can't know it's coming. Otherwise, it's not a raid.
Surprise viewers.
Yeah, so what you do is you raid them and you say, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
I'll fucking do it again.
You will.
It's getting hot in here.
So then you go, you're all lubed up, and you go, "Are you ready?" And then they're expecting it, and then you leave the room, right?
No,
And then you tell them, "Stay, no, stay." And then when they least suspect it, you raid their ass. Well, see, if they don't have the attention span to stay, you got to put some peanut butter on their nose and in front of them, right? Maybe some Nutella.
I don't know if you have it over there, but in the UK, like the big brand of fly spray is called Raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We've got that as well.
Yeah, you are UK prisoners. You know what to do.
We have raid over here too.
Yeah. We're gonna raid. So
Oh,
expect you lying on
it's
your
my
back with your
favorite
legs in
bug
the air.
spray. Raid is my favorite bug spray, but they don't sell it anymore. I hate those flies.
You're not meant to use it on yourself, you know.
Yeah, it makes you really fucking high if you do that. Yeah, it really does. I don't know where these baby flies are coming from. I hate them. It needs me raid.
Well, have you cleaned your video game controllers adequately?
Oh. Oh.
I don't know where they're coming from.
Oh, that's wrong. It's just
Yeah, the funny
wrong.
thing is that the controllers actually have two pump things.
No, N64 ones have got three. That's what's
Whoa.
confusing.
I know.
Where's the third one going to go? You're going to break it off?
I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of like ballerina.
Noise, you're thinking about it too much.
Maybe one of the prongs, if you will, is not meant for insertion, but rather stimulation.
Ew.
Yeah, you try it and then you say you.
Ew.
No.
No. Ew, just no. I
I
don't
just
think
worked
so.
it out, and I am so not going to say it out loud.
Nope. Just no. We'll be having none of it. Don't think
Or,
so.
the third prong is for the partner to hop on.
No.
This is getting ugly, isn't it?
I told you, you're thinking about it too much.
Yeah, Valkyria's right.
Well, okay,
We're
look.
thinking about it too much.
If a question is presented, right, it's like, it's kind of like going, don't think about the pink elephant.
Yeah, that's true.
God damn it, now I'm thinking funny thoughts about pink elephants.
Oh, shit. Me
Like a
too.
pink trunk.
Oh, God.
Don't touch
Like
my
I said,
butt,
this is
you
getting
fucking
real weird real
pink
fast.
elephant.
I am never going to be able to watch Dumbo again.
No, me either. No.
Yeah.
No,
Peanut,
that movie's
peanut.
gone forever.
Like
It's
with
just
cracking a
gone.
whip. Whoosh. Do it again, Dumbo, if you want your peanuts.
Peanuts? No, thank you. I have one right here. No, peanuts.
No.
You need
How about a
feed
pianist?
the elephant. and Sonia. Sonia Lisette, she will be fed the half-eaten peanuts because Hypno said so. I don't know why, but that's the thing. But normally you will feed peanuts to the elephants. For some reason they like it.
Okay. Well, I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Well, that's just random.
It's just one of those random shower thoughts, I guess.
Yeah, my mind is broken.
I don't even know who's streaming right now.
No, I
Oh, we are rating.
cancel this podcast is still streaming, so
Oh, okay.
May as well return
Yes.
the favor then.
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
May as well return the favor. After the conversation we just had, yeah, it does sound kind of wrong.
Okay,
Nothing wrong with a bit of give and take.
I'm going to start the process of wrapping this show up, which also sounds wrong.
You get
I
wrap
mean,
it
but
up and leave it as a deposit under the tree.
I must wrap this show up because I'm about to raid someone.
I'll drive.
I'm gonna double bag it.
Oh,
Okay, so start with Rhoda. Do you have anything to promote?
Actually, my channel hit 100 subscribers today for the first time. So, yeah, kind of really
Yes.
wanted to do a bit of a little celebratory stream earlier, but I was feeling too ill, so I went to lie down instead. And then when I woke up, I had a message from you guys, so so hi. And obviously there's no rigid structure yet until I get some time off in February to sort things out. So we're just doing things as and then over there, like when we can and depending on who's available when. Obviously that's me with Lilith and Sardok. So I can't exactly say what's coming when, but stuff is coming. That sounds just the same as what we were saying just now, doesn't it? Oh well. Okay. Well, I'm happy with that. Other
Yeah,
than that,
Freud
just
would like to have a
thanks for
word
having
with
us.
you.
It's always a great hangout here, and like really appreciate being invited on. So cheers.
Okay. Elijah, you want to promote something without being a pervert like the rest of these people?
Well, I'm a co-host on Noise Pollution on Monday and Thursdays. We do a show every Monday and Thursday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you live in a different time zone, do your own conversions because I stink at math. And that's what I'm doing so far.
Okay.
And, oh, wait a minute. It's in the thought works now about a new channel.
Still in the planning stage.
Yeah, still in the planning stages and stuff like
Probably
that.
will be
So
for a long time because I just want to make sure to get everything right.
Yeah.
That'd be possible.
and that's it for me.
Okay,
I did forget something. We're going to be doing a Jackbot stream on Will's channel tomorrow as well, or today from my point of view.
All
Yeah,
right, since
it's
I'm next in
fine.
line, watch my shit. Catch me next time Monday. Now on to Valkyria.
Not really. I got no plans exactly. Not for this week or anything like that.
Sounds
Plus, it's
like
hard
you
for me
need
to talk anyway, so.
Sounds like you need to get some rest and get better.
Drink some warm stuff. And no, I don't mean that in a perverted way.
Oh.
No, it's okay. I'll warm up the glass of cum I've got on the side.
Milk lemonade.
If it's alcoholic, something that I used to drink a lot was spiced meat, and you could warm it up, and it'd be
Yeah.
great.
That's really good. He's
Okay,
not
so-
lying.
Now for the last hour of our show, Lilith, what do you got to promote?
Here's the thing. I will always be a glad guest on your show on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm a co-host now at Noise. I'm stupid. At Rhoda. We will get our show running soon. I still make music and try it on Rumble if you want. Here's the thing. There are shout outs to Enemy Night, who had me on his show. There will be shout outs to Cyphex, who had me on his show. And there will be a fat shout out at Will of the Fans, who let me play Checkbox with him. but now it's called the check pox because it's infectious. I don't know, whatever. But here I am making friends online, and I'm very glad to do so because most of the humans are garbage. I don't know why, but it just is. And finding people that are real and true in soul and character is not only rare, it is valuable. And so I will find those
Promotion.
people.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think we will have a after show chat, a short one. No, I'm not gonna stay long, but we'll stay for a minute for after the show. When I hit end, I'll also paste in this raid thing, which Rumble, you gotta like /raid and then the URL of who you're raiding. And there I go with all this raid shit again. Yeah. Anyway. So
I will try my best to oblige.
So I'm gonna skip all the other shit I usually do at the end of the show, and I'm just gonna hit end stream. So bye everyone. Catch us Monday.
Enjoy.
Be forewarned, ye devils. Don't talk shit about me, or you shall be struck down into non-existence.
I need more. More money, more blood, more war, more power, more love. I need more land, more hand, more glove, more power. I need more. Give me your shit. I need more. I'm taking all of it. I need more. I'll own this fucking earth. You and all your work. I need more drugs, more love, more sex, more power.
What the hell are you all still doing here? What, are you in love with my ass or something? Well, why don't you just get up off that couch and come here and kiss me on my ass then? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, fine. It is now official. You have just wasted most of my fucking day.